Oh, hey there, bro.
Oh, man. We made it. It is Wednesday, my dudes.
That's right.
Oh, welcome to the show. It is the Morning Invasion live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Steve-O and Brodus hanging out.
What's up, man?
You know, just living the dream. Just being here. Just being here, being stoked. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but in the last couple weeks, on Thursdays, we have this dude named B-Nix on.
Oh, yeah.
You know him.
Of course.
Very well. You gave him the B-Nix nickname.
Yes.
He was talking about a magazine. Do you remember the magazine he was talking about? Did you see this?
Oh, yeah. I remember. Yeah. It was Cowboys and Indians.
Yes, dude!
Yeah.
Last
And I was
night,
like, that sounds super sketchy.
Last night, I'm at the gas station. We're in line to get, like, waters or something because Luke's got baseball, of course. And sure enough, I'm in line and I look over and it's like, Lowrider magazine, Slam, or some, sports magazine. Cowboys and Indians.
So it's just like a super like Southwest New Mexico culture kind of mag.
Bought the issue. Oh man!
What kind of magazine is it?
It's about the South.
It's about the South.
It's about New Mexico and cowboys.
So obviously it's not meant in a derogatory. It's
not
literally about.
That's literally what it is. Like native culture, cowboy culture.
Okay.
Turquoise everything in there.
Okay.
Every other page is like an ad for some kind of jewelry that's like
So it wasn't
a
sketch.
bolo tie.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe it. It was like, wow, I just went all 90s and bought a magazine. It was crazy.
You're like, isn't this available in PDF?
I know, right? But I will say there was something about like flipping through a magazine yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, dang.
It's so sad, but it's
been
becoming a lost art.
Yeah. Been a minute. So, oh, man. That's right, guys. My jumping on the subscription.
Did you tell B-Nix?
Oh, yeah. He was so stoked. He was so stoked. He's like, yeah, actually, it's a really, I prefer that magazine. We have a subscription because it starts going off about the Southwest and how cool it is to live in this area and how we just don't even.
He loves everything New Mexico.
Yeah.
He loves like historical, everything about the histoy of it, the heritage. So I get it.
That's really what it's about too.
Yeah.
So I couldn't believe it. Dug in, bought a mag, yo.
Oh,
bought
man.
a mag. So anyway. Dude, speaking of, I wanted to talk about this today. We don't have to do this now, but a little topic coming up. What is something that you've talked yourself into getting even though you totally didn't need it? Now, I'm not talking about a magazine at this point.
Right.
But there's always that like big purchase you make that you know you don't need.
Oh,
but
I've
like
had
somewhere along the way.
Those.
I know.
Yeah.
We talk ourselves into these like big purchases.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about this coming up because I almost did that last night. I didn't full on. It was basically like the magazine was the buffer there, so that I didn't make the big purchase because I almost made a big purchase last night. But
being a musician is the worst because there's like all this like boutique, high end, and you're like, I know somebody who's really amazing that plays this. So that means if I had one of those,
right,
I'd have all that same talent.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just not the truth.
It's not, man.
Yeah.
So I almost made the big purchase last night. I didn't, but yeah, coming up, I want to talk about that for sure.
Yeah, I got something for that.
Good.
Man.
Also technology. Brodus and I used to work at Apple together.
Also technology.
I want to talk about this because the competitor, the Googs, if you will, totally did something yesterday.
Oh yeah, they had a big like keynote type thing.
I got some audio from it
where they talked a bunch of boring stuff about Android, but then they said something else that was supposed to be like awesome but also scary.
I mean,
they're like getting rid of junk mail or something like that.
Well, I don't know about that. Mine's totally different.
Oh, they did like a big Siri diss.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You could say that. Man, I want to talk about it, but
okay,
I'm trying to wait. Mostly because everything just crapped out on me on the old. Look at this. I can't. Boom. I have all these tech stories this morning that I just can't even get
And
to.
so none of the links work?
None of the links are working right now. But if you go straight to the website, it's not working either.
Did we pay Comcast?
Yeah. When was the last time that happened to you? Gosh, dude. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Dude, it would happen to me all the time because I'm just not good with paper, right?
Yeah.
And so before the stuff was like electronic, you just knew that like when something was, and it could have been just a normal hiccup.
Yeah.
But it's like if the internet hiccuped, I'd be like, oh man, I probably should pay that bill. And so I'd go on and pay it. And you know, it might not even be overdue, but I'm like, I better pay it.
Bad for your credit or something?
Well,
Or
no, because like, you know, as long as you're not like, yeah, I mean, I suppose it could. It's electronic now, so it's much easier. But yeah.
Dude, people are blowing up the live line already, so now I'm thinking maybe we should just talk about this purchase that you didn't need. 505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. That's yesterday's show. So yesterday, Mother's Day's coming up. Like, it's right around the corner. And so Chrissy, she's simple in a good way. She doesn't want a whole lot of things. She wants the backyard to be finished.
Right.
She wants trellises on the wall. She wants to landscape. She wants to finish the backyard, which, by the way, if anybody knows how to do cinder block walls, hit me up, bro, because I'm about to do this adventure, and I don't even know what I'm doing. But I'm the husband, so I'm going to do these things.
Okay.
So yesterday we went to Lowe's to make like a lumber purchase. Like, I'm going to build some trellises. This is going to be part of your Mother's Day. Here's what we're going to do. And I got there and we walked in and we made it about 8 steps. And there, standing before me, was this like glorious gazebo.
Dude, I think I saw that gazebo on the MSNBC show. Dude. Yeah, of the guys who like made that and got it like picked up by Lowe's or whatever.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
It's a pergola, actually, not a gazebo. I apologize.
Okay.
A pergola, which is the same thing-ish.
But it's all like decked out, made out of, let me guess. It's decked out, made out of wood. It's got like speakers and chairs and
dude,
like
it's unreal.
Yeah, it's like a little it's like
your living room outside.
Yeah.
They even had like a mini one that you put over the grill. So it's like the pergola, and then there's like the other mini one that's like just over your grilling area.
You don't have to go to Tamaya to have Tamaya.
Yeah, dude.
Have it in your backyard.
A little mini fridge.
With a gazebo.
There's a cooler next to the grill, and I'm going, I don't need any of this, but I need it all right now. So the lady was talking to us about all of these things, and I found myself like in a place where I almost dropped stupid amounts of money because I was just caught unaware. I didn't realize how badly I needed a pergola in my backyard. Until I got to the store and saw said pergola. Now, I mean, I made it away from there. I was like, hey, let's go get that lumber right now. But it was we almost bought a new grill. We almost bought a new pergola, like all kinds of stuff. But then I'm thinking in the back of my brain, like, I gotta get this cinder block wall done. So I gotta walk away from this lady who's using really good words to tempt me into buying this pergola. So I walked away and didn't get it, but it got me thinking about like all of the times where I didn't escape with my life, where like I'm in a store or I'm at a place or I see something on TV or a friend buys something like, and I just like impulsively spend stupid amounts of money on something that's unnecessary.
Oh yeah, I cashed out a couple Apple stock shares that I had back before I thought. I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. And that was before it like quad sevenfold, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm going to get a Moog synthesizer. And I'm going to be the best. And I got this like super, it's like getting like some super, it's like the Jimi Hendrix of synthesizers, right? And so it's like getting this super synthesizer. And then I got it and it looked so cool. But then I realized like, man, I don't know how to use this that good.
Right.
It's literally like buying like some kind of Lamborghini super high performance thing.
Yeah.
When you just drive, when you don't take the major streets, you just drive on the residential roads like my wife does. what is it? This sounds like it involves a left turn. I'm going on this residential. So yeah, and I did that, and then I had to just come to the realization that, I found people and like people needing to rent it from me for like professional bands
right.
would come to town, and I'd have production companies all, hey, we hear you have one of these. Can we rent it from you? So the real pros were using it more than I was. So finally I had to like sell it. I had to unload it because it didn't justify.
That rented it? There was one that it was like this. It was like a hip hop artist.
Oh yeah, I rented it to like let's say I rented it to like The Script. I rented it to like some big hip hop artist.
It was the dude that's on a boat. What is his name?
Oh yeah, T-Pain.
T-Pain.
Yeah, I rented it to T-Pain.
You rented it to T-Pain.
Yeah. That's what I knew. I was like, dude. I was like, did I really need to spend all this money so I can have the same keyboard as T-Pain? T-Pain doesn't even have one. He's like renting mine. And so, yeah, dude, I was like, this is ridiculous. I call it a vanity purchase. It was a total vanity purchase.
Totally.
And so it's kind of like tattoos, right? Like you can like get into this mindset where you're like, I need this now. And the truth is like what I should have done is put it in like a 6-month queue and said, okay, I said I want this. And if I still want it in 6 months, then it's it.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that.
So see, 6
months. I didn't let the like, because it's like a relationship. You want to let the initial little romanticals fade,
right?
And you're like, can we make it for the long haul, you and I, right?
Yeah.
Me and you said purchase. Do we have what it takes to make it? And no, we didn't.
Yeah, that's how I feel about all of my guitar equipment, because I started leading worship at Calvary Knob Hill, and it was like, you know what I need? I need a Telecaster. And then I need this amp.
And then you went on like a crazy pedal kick.
Dude, I have like 20 pedals. You know what I needed to lead worship? Reverb.
You're like,
a good reverb,
but I got this pedal
and a tuner.
And I plug it in, and the tone is just like, oh, right? It's just huge. It's just this like, what song are you going to use it for?
Yeah, dude.
Nothing.
It was so experimental. Every song, it was like, I'm gonna tell this song's gonna sound like this.
But then it's like, okay, we're starting a song. I will enter ding 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 ding. And so you don't have, it's like, what happened to all that reverb? Well, you can't really clap along to that.
Dude.
Wash.
Gosh, it was so so bad.
That's
so
funny.
unnecessary. Phone lines are blowing up. 505-585 live if you'd like to text in the show, or you can give us a call. 338-3700. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good.
Oh, so good.
So, believe it or not, there was a time when I used to play percussion.
Okay.
What?
And I had everything. At least I thought I did. I had triangles. I had cowbells. I had castanets. I had everything that you could hold in your hand, but I wanted congas so bad. I thought, if I get some congas, I'm going to be respected, finally, because percussionists are never respected in a band.
Right.
And I couldn't afford congas, of course. I was looking at Latin percussion. I mean, we're talking, $500, $600, and I had maybe $75. So I settled and bought some bongos.
Oh man!
I showed up at band practice with my bongos, and I got laughed out the door.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was like, look at this dork with the bongos.
Well done, Bill. Bill with the bongos. Well done.
Yeah. And you know what? Somebody stole them. That was the worst part.
Well, at least there's some validation knowing that like it was a desired item to someone, right?
Okay, love you, bye.
Love you too.
That's like the little, the castanets are the little things you play like on your thumb and finger. And it's like, there comes a time where it's like, did those really need to be made out of like walrus fang? I mean, it wasn't hunted. It was they're deceased, expired walruses. And so we repurposed the fangs to make these, or the long tooth or whatever you call it, to make these castanets. But it's like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody said timeshares. They fell into that. I almost fell into one of those as well. I'm not going to lie. I almost fall into everything, and then I have to stop. This is where discernment comes in. You're like, all right, Lord, how do I get out of this? I've been standing here listening to this dude trying to sell me a Disneyland timeshare for 20 minutes. What do I do?
That's when you just got to look at the stuff you already have in your house.
Right?
You like just got to be over there and like, okay, I remember I got that thing, and it's been like 3 years and I've not touched it.
Yeah.
You know? And so
Yes. Last week,
like-
I ended up taking all of my toys to Astro Zombies, the comic shop I go to, and I traded everything in. I had like 12 boxes. Did I ever show you the photo of how much stuff I got rid of?
You got rid of a ton of stuff
I got
because
rid
you're a
of-
giant man-child.
I am.
Yeah.
And I realized like, why am I buying all this stuff that is unnecessary? Listen, you're a theologian. You wrote an album called Winter of Our Discontent. Why are we as humans so discontent? What are we lacking?
It's just the classic.
Why
like,
are we-
we just want what, we want what grass is always greener.
Dude.
We want to keep up with the Joneses. We want to be inspired, and we see someone else doing it, and then we think that we'll be happy if we do it the way that person's doing it. And it never works, does it?
No, it never works. I think that's why Scripture talks so greatly about contentment.
Right.
Because if we can find a way to be content in Christ, we don't need the crap. Oh my gosh, is that a T-shirt?
That's right.
Content in Christ without the C word. I don't want to upset. I don't want to rock that boat too much.
Go ahead. You should spend
Dude.
a bunch of money on getting that custom T-shirt made. You're like,
You know
this was
what?
a really good idea.
Oh man. So here's the deal. We've been talking about contentment, talking about like dumb purchases, and pretty much all of them so far have been musical instruments, which reminded me of the big announcement yesterday.
Oh,
It's
man.
official! Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter confirmed for the threequel.
The threequel.
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Oh my gosh.
Yesterday, the most excellent announcement of all time was made.
Yeah.
27 years after we saw the totally radical pairing of Ted Theodore Logan and Bill S. Preston Esquire.
Most excellent.
Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter are now confirmed to reprise their roles in a third Bill and Ted.
It's gonna be sweet.
Wild Stallions! Yeah!
That's gonna be.
I'm so excited.
I showed that movie to my kids, and it just kind of didn't really hold up as well.
No, what?
No, they thought it was funny, but they were like, oh, now we know why you say all that stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. If you've ever wondered where I get most of my
And they
lingo,
actually were like, oh, that's Steve-O.
yeah, dude. Look no further than Ted Theodore Logan and Michelangelo the Ninja Turtle. Basically, how I learned the English language. So, dude, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure came out in 1989 and Bogus Journey in 1991. MGM owns the rights to the film, and they're releasing it in the United States and Canada under the Orion Pictures banner. So it's happening. They announced yesterday. We couldn't be more excited to get the whole band back together again. Chris and Ed wrote an amazing script, and with Dean at the helm, we've got the dream team. Everyone came back. The original writers, like the whole crew is back. So
Well, Keanu never changed roles. Like it was like he has been, he's Ted, right?
Of course.
Yeah. And so he's been Ted in every movie he's been.
Yeah.
The Matrix, just like, whoa. Everything.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I know.
If you know.
I know.
Dude,
I can't let the bus slow down to under 55.
I'm so excited right
Or was
now.
it 65? 85.
It was, I don't even remember. The speed.
He's like,
If the bus
There's
goes
some-
below 85.
some bro of mine, like when
No,
he hits
buses don't travel 85.
when he hits 85, it goes through time. So it's probably not that one.
Gosh. Man, we got a big show for you today. I'm stoked. Somebody mentioned the fact that we talk about things we don't need. They call it stupid money. We're spending
Yeah.
our stupid money. Like if you've got the excess, then why not? Apparently I'm spending it all now because nostalgia's running rampant. Somebody said, Steve-O, you're getting Phil Collins and Bill and Ted. You are truly blessed, my son. Truly blessed.
We
Hashtag blessed.
Does anybody really have excess stuff? I think it's just a
No.
really amazing observation of how we can talk ourselves into things and lie to ourselves.
I want to know, what's your stupid
Yeah.
purchase? What did you talk yourself into, and how did it not change your life? We got to take a quick break. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. It's the Morning Invasion.
A supernova on Star 88 with David Jeremiah.
Whatever power he only has by virtue of the fact that he is allowed to have it by God Almighty. So the providential thing and the encouraging thing is that as bad as it is and as awful as his program is, it is never out of reach. He has a leash on him, and God has control of that because he's got a hold of the other end of the leash. And he will be able to do only that which God allows him to in the consummation of the end of the age. Now, the scripture not only gives to us his inconspicuous beginning, but in the 13th chapter of Revelation, we learn something about his intimidation, his intimidating bearing. He is the man who is an intimidator. The scripture says in the 13th chapter that this beast comes up out of the sea having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Turning Point with David Jeremiah. Don't miss it on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 11 a.m. on 107.1 FM. John Bunyan with a challenge. You've not lived today until you've done something for someone who can never repay you. That's a solar flare. Star 88. Here is a star PowerPoint from Billy Graham.
We're just going to shut up and let him preach it.
I read about a daughter of a poor widow. She left home to go out into sin. For 3 years she was gone, and when she came back, stumbling back, having been beaten up by her boyfriend, She came to the back door and expected it to be locked, but it was open, and she opened the door and she went in, and her mother was sitting there reading the Bible, and she said, "Mother, I never expected to find the door open. Are you here?" And the mother said, "My darling, ever since that night you walked out, that door has been open." God stands ready to forgive. You see, God doesn't have to get ready for you to repent. He doesn't have to get ready for you to come to the cross. He doesn't have to get ready for you to be forgiven. But thou art a God ready to pardon, gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and in great kindness, the scripture said. God's ready right now. He's standing here with open arms and saying, "Jim, Bill, Susie, Mary, come."
Star 88, Star Power Boy.
The United States no longer makes empty threats. When I make promises, I keep them.
The president going on to say powerful sanctions will now go into effect against Iran if it continues nuclear aspirations.
Jesse Lewis and Noah Posner were two of the 20 first graders shot and killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut in 2012, claiming security was inadequate. A judge dismissed that lawsuit.
AAA is out with a survey that suggests 20% of Americans say that their next vehicles will be electric.
Wall Street, the Dow closed up 3 points, the Nasdaq gained 2.
Emmanuel Macron has addressed a joint meeting of Congress on several issues, including his wish Paris Climate Accords.
The United States will come back and join the Paris Agreement.
Good morning. It is the Morning Invasion, live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 studios. Steve-O and Brodus.
What's up, man?
Man, just chilling, living the dream. Shout out to members of the Starmy chiming in on the live line, 505-585-LIVE. Of course, you can catch us on Facebook Live. You can catch us on YouTube Live, respectively, at Star 88 FM.
We were talking about stupid money purchases.
Oh, my gosh.
Things that you like, whether impulsively or not, that you've like spent a significant amount of money on, and you're like, did I really need that?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Dave Ramsey for helping me do that less. Yesterday, it was this close, guys. Walked into one of them hardware stores to get some lumber because I'm building some trellises in the backyard. And I almost bought a
giant gazebo.
It was this pergola. It was like $700 or something, like something stupid. And they're like, it's on sale this weekend for Mother's Day for $500. I'm like, that's such a good deal, but it's such a good deal. And then I realized that like $200 off is still $500 more than I had. We get suckered into sales, bro.
Oh, I know.
I say that to Chrissy all the time because she's like, but it's like 35% off.
I
and
got
I'm like,
this at a
that's
yard sale.
65% more than zero.
Oh, look what I found this. It was on sale.
Oh, gosh.
And it's like, you know what would have been a really good deal is not to get it at all.
Yeah.
That would have been the biggest money saver ever. But I mean, it was basically a steal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we would have saved more money if you just stole it.
Dude, somebody straight up just hit us up and said, I don't get caught up in the big purchases, but I get caught by the small junk. Things that sit on my shelf. Knickknacks. I recently bought a stress reliever cat cheeseburger that smells like chocolate cake. What? Huh?
And I like how they didn't clarify that it was for them or a cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone's like, a house? Do I really need a house?
Yes. That's a purchase you might need. I mean, I feel like that's a good one.
Yeah.
But that's also one that you don't want to just grab the first house you see.
Mm-mm.
So, somebody said a workout video. Only used it once.
Yeah.
I've done that so many times, guys.
Oh, yeah, and they had the workout video games, you know? You're like, if I buy this game...
Oh, dude, it's like a video
I'll
game.
totally no.
Yeah. Yep. Gosh, amazing.
That's what, buying a house is like a big deal.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously. So... Yeah. That's one that you got to kind of stick with. You can't just and that's what I think would terrify me. That's why don't you usually get good advice? Let's say you're moving to another town.
Okay.
Like probably the last thing you want to do is go on the internet and find a good deal before you move there and buy some house, because it's not until you're there for a year that people are like, oh, you bought a house in that area? And because you don't know the town. So they say that if you're changing careers and you're moving cities, that you should rent first for a solid X to get the lay of the land.
Yeah.
So that way you know what you're getting into.
Dude, it's smart. Go visit. You kick it for a few weeks. You hang out with the locals.
Dude,
I don't
okay.
know.
So let me ask you straight.
Yeah.
Okay? You got to be super honest.
Oh, no.
I realize it's not the answer's going to be the right answer for most of these. But is it possible that you have a tattoo that maybe you regret getting?
Oh, of course.
Like that It clown I see on your leg?
Okay, shut up.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Like
when you're flipping through and there's don't they have a little catalog of the iron-on clip art designs?
Oh, yeah.
You have the Microsoft Office paperclip guy.
Thankfully,
on the back of your arm.
Thankfully, all of those are covered now, as a grown-up. But when I was younger, I think that was it. It was those impulsive... You didn't really think through anything.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's how I was, even with tattoos.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, I've got $80. Oh, he said he'd do it for $60. I'm going to get this one. And It was like this really dumb tribal thing.
I would love to get a good deal on a super permanent decision.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But we don't think about that.
No.
So it's like, oh my gosh, this is such a deal right now.
Yeah.
And I totally just saw From Dusk Till Dawn, and George Clooney had that tribal, and it looked so cool. I'm getting it right now. I will totally not regret this in 3 to 5 years. Yep, and inevitably you do. But I mean, that's how credit cards get you too. Somebody just chimed in and said, I purchased a custom Schecter guitar. I was 18, young and dumb, but Guitar Center was like, hey, with this credit card, it can be yours.
If I use this,
no props.
If I use the card, it's free.
Right, dude. How many of us had to learn that the hard way?
Yeah. Brandy chimed in from California. Said she got a freestanding punching bag, bought it a month ago, and have used it once.
Yeah.
See, you don't need a free. That's what your friends are for.
Yeah.
Right, Steve-O, you've been that.
I love how honest the Stormy's being right now. Yeah.
A high-powered gaming laptop. Didn't need it, but wanted it.
Dude, I'm trying video game purchases. I've done aplenty to a point where now finally I've reached grown-uphood. I think because like that new God of War came out a couple weeks ago. It was like, dude, I totally need that video game. And then you look at it, it's like it's $60. I'm totally gonna. You know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna play it once for 2 hours, and then it's gonna sit there and on the shelf and collect dust until I trade it in. You know what I'm not gonna do? Buy that video game.
Right.
And I did it.
I
think it was the first time ever I did it.
In the early days of our friendship, I thought it was cool to we would get each other video games as gifts. But I learned early. See, unlike the ones you'd get me, I played them.
Yeah.
But I learned early that you don't really play them. Like if you just you'll take it in and go trade it and go get some. So I would purposely even though I bought it new, I would open the game and here you go.
Yeah.
And you're
so I couldn't trade it in or return it.
Yeah. It's like, trust me, bro.
Yeah, play this game. Yeah. I don't know what it was. It was like the ADD in me where I would try a game once and be like, "That's cool."
You knew too much. You're had all these Steve-O knows every whatever. If there's a rebate or some loophole to be found in whatever thing,
quite frugal, guys.
Yeah,
I'm quite frugal.
Somehow he makes the frugalness turn into a profit. So it's like his business. So he could go into any a restaurant and they're having a one for this kind of deal, and he's like, well, actually, if I get this and this and this, and then he leaves with $20 in a doggy bag. So I don't even understand how this happens. Anyone he gets on the phone to, he just turns the convo around, and they always wind up giving him stuff. It's like a stinking Jedi mind trick on the phone. It's like, that is not the amount you're looking for.
That hasn't happened in so long last week with
I
the
think there's supposed to be a minus symbol on that bill. You're supposed to. It's a credit. Oh, yes, it is a credit, sir. We apologize that. You'll be having a good day now. I'm going to have a good day now. You'll be hanging up now.
You know?
I'm going to hang up now.
God says to be good stewards of the money that we've been given, and I'm just trying to be a good steward, bro, of everything I've been given.
Yeah.
People are chiming in. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. It's Tony Gambino.
Yes!
Hey, what's up, man?
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I missed you guys.
I know. Come hang out.
Yeah. Well, how about every single Apple product ever?
Yes. Dude.
Oh, man, especially as of late, that price tag has gotten way higher.
Yeah, well, I think that's what shifted for me because I'm still sporting the 7. I've got the 7, and I'm like, I'm okay with this. Not a plus.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. I'm like, the 7's good. It's good. But every time I see the new one, I'm like, I need it. But then I talk myself out of it.
I had a 6 forever.
Guilty.
Yeah?
And I finally, because I had to get my daughter a phone. Not because she was nagging about it.
Just because it's 8?
So I got the 10.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
But I mean, I used to be the guy who had to go with every model.
Yeah.
But I kept my last one years. Oh, yeah.
But Tony, okay, you're like a professional photographer. How many lenses do you have? Let's be real.
I keep that pretty low key. I only have 2, and really I only use 1.
Dude, I am proud of you. I am proud of you. There we go.
Yeah, pretty frugal with that stuff.
Okay.
But, I've got it dialed in. But with the Apple stuff, man, I buy every single iPhone and every watch. And even if I, don't have a whole lot of extra money, I'm like, I need that.
And now they trick you because they're like, oh, dude, come on, bro. Now you can do it for monthly. It's only like this much a month, and you don't even have to buy it outright anymore. Come on. We just own you for 3 years.
Yeah, I don't feel as bad anymore because I'd tapped out at the watch.
Right?
I was I'm not doing the watch.
Dude, thanks for calling. I miss your face.
I was
love you guys.
Love you too.
That's an expensive piece of tech that's not like a watch that you pass down to your children. Like if you're going to spend that much money, Because when they first came out, there was like, what? You could get one for like $17,000 or something like that. Right? Because the Burberry chick was running the place now. And so I'd be like, what am I going to do with a $17,000 piece of tech that only works if it's 3 feet away from the phone that's in my pocket?
Yeah.
And so, so I was like, dude, it's not a Rolex. It's not like you don't pass it down and leave it to the fam. It's going to be running slow in like a year.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. But I love it. No, I almost got tricked because recently they came out with like the red edition iPhone 8 and I got the email and I'm like, gosh, you guys are so good.
It's really pretty.
Almost got me. They might have still got me in my brain.
Right?
I want it. I don't need it though.
No, we don't. We're pretty stuck. I think the rest of the world makes fun of us.
Yeah.
Americans, because we are just super. We are just quite a bit more materialistic, I would say, than most.
Yeah. Well, on the materialistic tip, if you are a super tech nerd, I've got some news for you. Google. They're not Apple because they're Google.
What's the big thing they did? What are they doing now?
Yeah, they had this big conference, and Google, they did their annual developer conference. They're showing off these things that they can do, and they've got something new called the Google Duplex. It's their new virtual assistant that knows you better than Facebook. Let's be real. Facebook's been abusing our personal data, and no one's paying attention to the fact that Google also has an encyclopedia on you. This is crazy. This is a bot with artificial intelligence that can call a restaurant where you want a reservation, or like your cable company if you're having an issue. It can carry on really surprisingly natural conversations with the person there to take care of what you need. Yesterday, they used it, and they called a hair salon, and the hair salon was not in on it, had no idea this was a virtual assistant. I have the audio. Check this out.
So how can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second. Mm-hmm.
This is crazy.
Sure, what time are you looking for around? At 12 p.m. We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15. Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.? Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for? Just a woman's haircut for now. Okay, we have at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, dude.
10 a.m. is fine. Okay, what's her first name? The first name is Lisa. Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd. Okay, great. Thanks. Great. Have a great day. Bye.
Okay.
Why is this okay?
Dude.
Oh my gosh, I'm terrified.
Right?
I'm so scared.
Guys, was a robot.
Oh my gosh.
Google launched this yesterday. It's still in the experimental phase.
Oh my gosh.
They're going to be rolling it out over the next few weeks. If it works as well as that demonstration yesterday, like, you really never have to call the cable company ever again.
This could cause problems.
Dude!
Like, here you saw it work out okay. But it doesn't change the fact that it's making decisions with other people.
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
And all it takes is for a bot to call another bot. And it's what's it called? Skynet?
Yeah, I was literally just about to hit the music because we're in it. It's gone, like, it's active. It's like fully functional.
As nerdy as I am and as much as I like technology, I don't like that. I don't like that. It made me very uncomfortable.
That's not its only feature. It can also write emails for you.
No.
Like,
well, I maybe would like that. Will it reply to text? Because I'm the worst.
I mean, who knows?
Will it apologize to people for you? Keep all your friendship preservation mode? Sorry, man. I was a jerk the other day.
So basically what it is it won't write a full email for you, but you know when you start typing in a search in Google, those like auto-complete suggestions pop up? Now this is for sentences in your email or with your texts.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
You start typing and it can like suggest full sentences for you.
This is not okay.
Yep.
That was way too.
It's called Google Duplex.
That was,
Dude.
and it like answered her questions.
Yeah.
Oh
this
my
this
gosh.
salon was not in on the game. Like this was a random salon in town. They called live during the Google annual developer conference.
Was terrifying.
Listen to
Play it again.
Listen.
Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yeah, and there was a She's like,
Sure, what time are you looking for around? At 12 p.m.
That sounded
We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15. Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.? Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for? Just a woman's haircut for now. Okay, we have a 10 o'clock. 10 a.m. is fine. Okay, what's her first name? The first name is Lisa.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd.
First name is Lisa Fur.
Thanks. Great. Have a great day. Bye.
Second name is Damien.
Guys, it's here.
I'd like to book an appointment with the lawnmower man.
Skynet is self-aware?
No. And it even almost had a little bit of like that. I wonder if you could put a mode on it where it has that upward voice creak where it's like,
right.
I'd like to call about a samana and about and then
real life, guys.
Oh, that's awful.
Robots are taking over.
Because, dude,
hey, we wanted this.
There's like legal ramifications, okay? What if it called? Would it have a different mode? It said this conversation is being recorded for training and quality purposes.
Right,
and it's like, and then you're in court and it's like, well, did you say that? Did you book that appointment? Because now you didn't go.
Right.
They said this is a non-refundable deposit. You're going to this, and they're like, okay, yeah, no problem. And then you don't go. Let's just say it's some scenario where they take you to Wapner, right?
Yeah.
And you're like in people's court, and they're like, is this not your voice on the? No, it's not me. So, but is it your assistant? Yes. And it's like, could that like
virtual assistant?
Yeah, like I mean, just think about like some legalities that could be. There's strings attached. There's like that's like the optimal like low impact situation, but there are some extreme cases where this could be like super trouble.
Dude, everything is more moderner. It's all computers.
It's like the same but different.
Yeah.
It's like it's all computers, man.
St. David's High School football rules! Woo! We gotta take a break.
Oh my God!
Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Starlight Studios. We may come back next hour.
It might not really be us.
It might just be a Google Assistant.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Oh my gosh!
You want to go get some breakfast? We'll have our Google Assistant.
The phrase. Yeah, there's the phrase of the day for a group. Let's be real.
Stay with us. Right back with more.
We all want the best future for our children. Our next generation of leaders need a strong foundation. With small classes, a great sports program, and affordable tuition, Evangel Christian Academy strives to equip students for the work God has for them. ECA's mission is to shape and empower the Christ-loving leaders of tomorrow. By using a leadership-driven and individualized learning model, our staff can better prepare your student to stand strong in their faith and be ready for the real world. ECA also utilizes dual credit through C&M by offering 4 courses on our academy campus taught by our staff. Since 1976, Evangel Christian Academy has been serving children from preschool through 12th grade and is fully accredited. We are located at 4501 Montgomery Boulevard Northeast in Albuquerque and are currently enrolling for the 2018-19 school year. Please contact Evangel Christian Academy for a tour today at 505-883-4674 or go online to ecanm.info. That's ecanm.info.
Levi Lesko from Fresh Life Church in Montana will be at the pulpit of Calvary Church Albuquerque the weekend of May 19th.
There's a Chinese proverb that goes like this: even a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And that's kind of inspiring. I think, man, it's overwhelming all that's in front of me, but no matter how long the journey, it starts the same way as any journey does, with one step. If you keep on stepping, you'll eventually get, and you'll be at 1,000 miles. But that should also give you pause because it's a double-edged sword. You see, depending on which direction you are facing, that's either a great thing, a terrific thing, or a terrible thing, because the same thing is true in reverse. Meaning, if I take a single step in the wrong direction, then I could very easily end up 2,000 miles away from where I want to be.
Levi Lusko, Saturday and Sunday, May 19th and 20th at Calvary Church, Albuquerque.
This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm.
Look at us, stuck in a rut, I don't care. It's a snare, trapping us down with the dirt and the leaves. I can see inside the sun, through the trees, lighting the earth, evergreen, only with you near me. Lift me up when I go, wipe the sweat from my brow. Losing fights on my own, I can rely on you. Don't expect no I can't comprehend all that I get. What have I ever done to rely on you? Pick me up, brush all the dust from my face. Staring straight into a love sought for so long. Different shapes I expect, simpler still in all my dreams. Settling so perfectly in front of me. Lift me up when I go, wipe the sweat from my brow. Losing fights on my own, I can rely on you. Don't expect no I can't comprehend all that I get. What have I ever done to rely on you? Lift me up when I go, wipe the sweat from my losing fights on my own. I can't rely on you. I can't comprehend all that I get. What have I ever done to rely on you?
The Morning Invasion.
Tears America apart and brings the world to the brink of nuclear apocalypse.
On Star 88.
Oh, good morning. Live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios, it is the Morning Invasion. Steve-O, Brodus, and hanging out behind me from Feed New Mexico Kids, Holly Slade. Welcome to the show. What's up, Holly?
Hey guys, how are ya?
Good.
Good.
Dude, it has been an interesting morning. We've been talking like, robots taking over the universe, purchases you don't need, which is perfect because, you were in last week talking about what is needed right now for Feed New Mexico Kids, and those are actual necessary purchases. So.
Necessary purchases and super affordable. So, I mean, I was listening to you guys and I'm like, all anybody has to do is like a quick calculation. Because what we need right now, we need 400 tuna packets. We are short on tuna packets,
You got me
along with
hooked on
some other
those.
things. I know, flavored tuna packets. You don't have to add mayonnaise. You just rip these little
Dude.
things open, you stick a fork or a spoon in there, and you've got instant protein.
It's like the best, worst thing you've ever shown me because I have way too many of those at home.
Yeah.
Maybe I can give you some of them.
Please do. Please
Okay.
bring them in.
Yes.
So they range from like 99 cents each to $1.39 each. And
Yeah.
so, sometimes if you, just have to have, I don't know, some super whippy frappy coffee from somewhere, just have to have this, $10 or $20, just convert it into tuna packs for me this week.
Okay.
We really need them by Friday. Because what we've got to do is on Monday, we're packing what we hope is 400 snack packs to go out to 20 different schools. These schools are scattered all over Albuquerque, and they're the 20 schools with the most need. We're not covering all the need by any means. This is just the most need. We're like triaging.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, what I need right now. So we had somebody send, super generous donor called from out of state, and they wanted to send, like you suggested,
cool.
this Chef Boyardee.
I'm going to start suggesting more things.
Yeah.
Chef people will do it.
Because you're influential.
I need a cinder block wall in my backyard. I need it raised by
Holly,
3
like,
blocks.
Recap for us exactly. I know you've been on quite a bit, and a lot of people know exactly what you're doing, but just recap for us, what you're doing. Yeah.
So recap, Feed New Mexico
Like when you say you need this
Kids.
food, where's it going to go? What's it going to do?
So what it is Feed New Mexico Kids is an outreach within the APS Title I system. So we've got Albuquerque Public Schools as our big sphere. Then within that, we have Title I kids who are on the breakfast and lunch program. And then a subset of that is what we call the Title I Homeless Project kids. Okay? These are kids who don't have a safe, reliable place of shelter at the end of the day. So they're kids who might be going motel to motel on a voucher system with mom or dad or auntie. They might be kids who are literally couch surfing, like teenagers who are couch surfing. They've been kicked out of the house or they're runaways for one reason or another. And they are kids who are in family situations where they've been doubled and tripled up and there's not enough resources to go around.
Gotcha.
So we're trying to reach those kids because they get Title I breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, but then the weekend comes and they don't have any resource for food.
Right.
So, it's not like the rest of us, and I know a lot of people can throw around judgments about, well, their parents this and their parents that. It's like, you know what? We don't know.
Right.
We do not know that this is not from death, divorce, hardship. Hard stuff comes upon people. And even if their parents are just flat out irresponsible in some cases, okay, let's just pretend, worst case scenario, parents are flat out irresponsible. How is that the kid's fault?
Right.
Right? So these are our youngest, most vulnerable members of our society. A 10-year-old cannot go get a job and provide for himself. So we're just trying to get the food into their hands. So the big push this week is, guess what? We're headed towards summer.
Yeah.
And in summer, we have the Lunch in the Park program. But guess what? That's one meal a day, and it's Monday through Friday. Summers are bleak for these kids.
Right.
So we haven't grown our food donations big enough yet that we can conquer summer. But that's, in our vision, we can see it down the pike, but we've got to just work in concentric circles. We've got to handle what we can handle in front of us.
Right.
And so Calvary and Legacy are partnering together. Dustin just came in here. So we're partnering together to do this end of the year push and get some snack packs in the hands of these kids to just say, hey, we love you. We know you're there. We know you're heading into summer. And so that's why we need everything by this Friday, because Monday we're packing the snack packs. Thursday they get delivered. The following Tuesday, Wednesday is the last day of school.
I love this. It's like the Justice League uniting for a big cause. You've got the Batman comic, you got the Superman comic, and now it's like you've got two of the largest mega churches this side of the like Mississippi hanging out and saying we need to step it up. We need to do this together so that we can feed our kids in our state.
Yeah,
I love everything about this. So welcome to the show.
I love that you're utilizing is the venue, is the word venue, like just that the fact that you're finding these kids where in the schools.
Yeah.
You know, because that's where you could take any teacher aside and they could tell you that they can tell who the kids that are in need are.
That's right.
You know, because I mean they know.
Yeah.
You know, so what a great way just to make sure that you are hitting your right target and your and the right demographic, as opposed to just like some, you know, just a food bank that somebody's got to find out about somewhere, and then they don't know where to go or things like that.
And the
like
kids
you're
can't
taking
get
it
to
to you're taking it to them.
Right.
You're finding you're becoming aware of them through these channels, which are like super accurate to me, you know. So that's awesome.
We just had a question on the live line. You guys can chime in if you want. 505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. They said, what times can we drop off food? So I'm sure it's different, Calvary
and
or
where,
Legacy and where.
So I'll give Calvary hours, you give Legacy hours.
Absolutely.
So Calvary Albuquerque, you can drop off. I'm going to tell you 8:30 because, you know, if you come right at 8 and the doors don't open till 8:05. So I'm going to say 8:30 to 4:30.
Okay.
Monday through Friday, Calvary Albuquerque, 4001 Osuna Road Northeast. And there's a circle drive on the south side of this campus.
Yep.
You pull right into that circle drive, go in those doors. There are food bins right there.
Okay, cool.
If you're bringing something you can carry it on in. If it's bigger than that, those bins are on wheels. Wheel that bin on out to your car and, you know, put a trunk load of food into that bin for us.
Yeah,
into the bin, not out of the bin.
Yeah, into the bin. So, Dustin, what about Legacy?
So Legacy, the three campuses, the Edgewood campus, the Rio Rancho, or not the Rio Rancho, the East campus and the Central campus, 9 to 4, I would say, is your safe bet at any point. And then all the services, obviously tonight at our our Wednesday night service. So we'll have the bins out there ready to go, ready to collect.
Yeah.
Sunday was a great day for us. We had a lot of people respond.
Nice.
So it was a good day. I was excited. We're gonna go through those bins and figure out exactly what all came in, so we know how we're doing. But
yeah,
it was a good day.
Service times at Calvary Albuquerque too, obviously. So we're trying to get, you know, if you're not bringing it service, you know, we'd love to get it by Friday so we can process it. But if you're coming to service either tonight, Saturday night, or any of the Sunday services, bring that food. And we're working on an abbreviated list.
Okay.
Because we have enough ramen. We have enough fruit squeeze. So what we're looking for is Chef Boyardee, protein-oriented products, you know, ravioli, spaghetti, and meatballs. Really need tuna packets, the flavored tuna packets.
Okay.
Need a little bit of trail mix. We can always use pudding. I always like putting a pudding packet in the packet because it's comfort food. You
it
know,
makes
there's
sense for a
just
snack
something
pack
nice.
to be in the snack pack.
I thought I was your snack pack. So, you know what I like about this also with the bins is that like this is a really niche example, but I just think about like the weirdo introverts who's like, well, I would like to help society, but I don't really want to talk to people. You know, so I got to go to the church. You know, I listen to the Christian station, but I don't want to go to church. They're going to figure me out. And so you can actually do a good thing without like having to interact with people. You can just drop it in the bin, dude. It's like, you know, even though that's not the right way to ease your conscience and to get your life right, it's a great place to start.
Heck yeah, man.
So doing something a little selfless, this is a great way to get going, you know?
It's amazing.
So we're not trying to get you into church, but at least you're getting close to it.
Yeah, there you go.
And you're doing something good.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it. Oh my gosh. It's amazing.
So Dustin has a teacher that attends over at Legacy, and she was sharing with us that she was weighing her kids, you know, on Friday and on Monday. Little 8-year-olds are losing 2 pounds over the weekend.
Yeah.
And so that's how
no
she
food.
was discovering need in her classroom.
Yeah. So she was just doing the normal health check stuff and, you know, was noticing it. So it's just the need is big. And like you said, when you start talking to teachers,
they know.
If you ask, you're going to hear some stuff that you may not want to know because it's tough. There's a lot of kids going through it, but a lot of people are helping, so it's good.
Speaking of helping, somebody chimed in on live line and said, kids being hungry sucks and I want to help. Can I donate at a website or does it need to go through the church? We talked about this last time.
Yeah.
And you mentioned at the top of the hour, we had multiple donors go to, you know, whether it's Walmart or whatever, one of the grocery stores online and purchase food items direct from the store and then have them delivered here free. Like they
Right.
now have like delivery services,
Right.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
So if you want to interact even less,
That's right.
You can Amazon Prime that.
you really can.
That's true.
And so
Yeah.
it's amazing. But so no monetary donations. That you guys need food, right?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's really backed into a corner and legitimately has no other option, I mean, if you're listening to us from Cuba, New Mexico, and you're wanting to participate, you can contact either church and donate through either church. But really, what we need, I mean, Dustin has a full-time job. I have a full-time job. Most of our volunteers have pretty full schedules. And so sometimes the shopping component can be interesting, and especially when you need things like 400 tuna packets.
Yeah.
Right.
So think about one person trying to take the money and go around to the number of stores it would take in town to gather up 400 tuna packets. And yet, if we just had, a certain number of people go in, I mean, I've walked into one store and bought 50 tuna packets with ease before.
Yeah.
And so, we really are trying to get this to be a community effort.
Yeah.
We're not really out there to try and raise money. We really are trying to ask people, help us be the labor, help us be the feet. Dustin and I can't do all the shopping. We physically cannot.
Yeah.
And also, if you're listening from Cuba, New Mexico, congratulations on the internet. What? Because that was the example. You're like, if you're like, just can't,
Way
like
out
you're
of
in
Cuba.
Cuba, New Mexico.
Yeah.
I like how that was the example of like the
That's
super far away.
desolate, like,
Because I mean,
way
there's
out
people
there.
listening in other states, but you
Yeah.
picked Cuba, New Mexico. You're like, if you're in like the remotest corners of the earth,
And if you'd like to talk
maybe
to
you need to be
Steve-O,
on this list, and you would like
right.
to have some tuna packets.
And please
All
call
in
Star 88
Cuba,
if you'd
New
like
Mexico.
to talk to Steve-O about how he feels about Cuba. So
Amazing.
And if people out of state are listening, they're like, Cuba's not in New Mexico.
I know, right? So amazing. Man, thank you guys so much for all
Absolutely.
you are doing. It's incredible. So
Thank
Hey,
you guys.
we did one more question. We did have someone ask if you need volunteers to help pack the packs.
Oh, it's a good question.
Yeah, we do. So we are packing the packs at the Title I campus Monday morning. So they need to email me, Holly Slade @gmail.com.
Do you spell your
H O
Holly
L
weird?
L Y.
Normal.
is that
Slade.
hashtag
Why
too?
What do you mean
or-
normal?
Because, that's like a Kristen name. It's like HOLLIE.
Now you just confused everyone.
HOLLE accent. No, HOLLYSLADE 2.
@gmail.com.
Okay.
And I can help you with some information there. So yeah, we're putting
And if you
together
forget
teams.
that information, you can always email us here at Star 88.
Yeah.
And they'll forward it.
Speaking of chiming in from remote areas, our girl Winnie just chimed in from the UK. So I would say, Winnie, to answer your question, just email Holly because, there you go. All right. All the information also up at our Facebook page. I posted it facebook.com/star88fm. You can get there. It'll link you directly to them. And, man, again, thank you guys so much for the
Thank you.
update.
Thank you,
Hoping
guys.
you guys get
Appreciate
the
it.
400
So
seriously.
okay, wait. I'm sorry. We want to address some of these questions. I think it's important. So,
Okay, good.
so just send the food to the church and it'll get to the right place.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. And then, are they taking any bad backpacks or anything that's like in addition to the food, or is it mainly
We just need
food?
tuna, guys.
It's just food
need
right
protein.
now. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a
Is there
number
protein
of
in
other,
that backpack?
Yeah, there's a number of other outreaches that do school supplies and clothes and that type of thing. And so we are Feed New Mexico Kids. And here's an important thing about the food. It has to be single serve and easy open. No can
Okay.
openers
Yeah, yeah.
required.
Yeah,
so
that's
if it's a can, it's got to have a pop top lid. That's why we say tuna
Gotcha.
pouches, not a
Gotcha.
can of tuna.
Individual servings.
Individual servings
That's
that a
important.
kid who's, just independent with their backpack can open it and eat it.
I'm
There you
glad
go.
you clarified that. Do you keep a full list on the website up to date as to what needs and like anything changes or if needs are fulfilled?
Yes, we do.
What's that website again?
Well, it's on your website right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's on social media for Feed New Mexico Kids.
Facebook
Perfect.
and
Facebook.
Instagram.
Yep. There you go.
There you go.
Posted it. There it is. All right.
Good questions. Thanks, folks.
Yeah, again, thank you guys so much.
Thank
Seriously.
you, guys.
Quick break coming back. We got Tam hanging out with us, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this technology taking over the world. Ticketmaster made an announcement yesterday. They are planning on replacing tickets entirely. What they're replacing with is kind of freaky to me, especially as a concert goer. I don't know how I feel.
They're making all concerts happen in Cuba, New Mexico.
Okay, that's not. We're live from the Dreamstar
Just kinda
Remodeling Star
consolidate.
Studios. Right back.
Star 88 thanks Jake Canales at Doorway Home Loans for becoming a power partner. Jake Canales at Doorway Home Loans provides VA, FHA, USDA, and conventional home loans for purchase and refinance mortgages. Jake Canales, Doorway Home Loans, 505-261-5138. Doorway.com/Jake-Canales. Jake Can. Philippians 4:13. NMLS number 310617. Doorway Home Loans, a DBA of International City Mortgage Incorporated. NMLS number 222730.
Growing up, we take on patterns of thinking and behavior modeled by our parents. Some are helpful, but others hinder our progress and keep us locked into cycles of sin. This week on Walk in the Word, James McDonald helps us get free from the strongholds of disposition and family dysfunction as we continue our series called Think Differently. Listen all week to Walk in the Word.
Make an appointment with James McDonald, weekdays at 12:30 p.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. Here's a quote from D.L. Moody. The best way to show that a stick is crooked is not to argue about it or spend time denouncing it, but to lay a straight stick alongside it. That's a solar flare on Star 88.
I've tasted hopelessness. I know what heartache is, but somehow through all of it, your love remains. I've lived through brokenness, feeling faceless, but I'm not anonymous. You know my name. Your word is a light unto my feet. Your love is vanity. There's no desire that you cannot undo. This world will fade and life will change. All of this is true, but all that matters is that I matter to you. me for always.
What's going on in the news today?
The United States no longer makes empty threats. When I make promises, I keep them.
The president going on to say powerful sanctions will now go into effect against Iran if it continues nuclear aspirations.
Jesse Lewis and Noah Posner were two of the 20 first graders shot and killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut in 2012, claiming security was inadequate. A judge dismissed that lawsuit.
AAA is out with a survey that suggests 20% of Americans say that their next vehicles will be electric.
Wall Street, the Dow closed up 3 points, the Nasdaq gained 2.
Emmanuel Macron has addressed a joint meeting of Congress on several issues, including his wish Paris Climate Accords.
The United States will come back and join the Paris Agreement.
Oh, hey. Oh, hey.
Hey, girl.
Oh, we are live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. It's the Morning Invasion. Steve-O, Brodus. We got Tammin for the lamb back there.
Tamis.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. How are you, Tamra?
Doing well.
What are some crazy? So that makes me think. Like, what are like the weird nicknames that people have called you that you just didn't see coming? Or like a variations on your name. I've never heard someone say Tamis.
I think the one that just came to me, so that's probably from God. But the other ones that have come like through are very, very strange. But there was one guy who he used to be like, "Hey, Tamra-da-da."
Tamra-da-da.
And I would be like, "What?" And he would keep doing it, Tamra-da-da. And then I'm like, that kind of like is catching on.
No.
I don't know what. You think no, but just when I keep saying it and I just keep doing it, or when you see me next, you're going to like want to say it. It's going to be brewing inside of you.
I've had a couple times where it's taken me off guard, but it's always made me laugh. Where I can't remember if it was someone we, I think you know him. Anyway, the dude comes up to me, he's like, "Here you go, Jobin."
Jobin.
Jobin. I was like,
I'd
Jobin.
I'd
I was
probably
like,
call you Joby.
I'm like, what? Jobin.
Joby
Joby
feels
one
right.
Kenobi.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I've had Jobis.
Jobis.
Jobis. You're the only one that calls me Brodus.
Oh, yeah.
And then now, like, everyone thinks that's my name.
It's
Right.
Brodus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brodus.
I also thought that was his name.
No, it's-
Because I was like, no,
Joey.
it's not Joey, it's Brodus
It's
who's in the
Brodus.
thing. And then I was like, wait.
And that one's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Brodus.
really is. It
Brodus.
I'm like trying to remember. We just tried to outdo each other with bros.
Everything was broed out for a while. It
Yeah.
was just
like to be comical.
"What's up, bro, Hans Sebastian Bach?"
Yeah.
Oh
"What's up,
my
LeBron
gosh.
James?"
Really?
Yeah.
And you're good
"What's up,
at those.
Marissa
Dude.
Bromé?"
Dude, she's going to be here.
What?
Yes. Did
Tomei
you see how
High?
serious your face got?
Stop
I
it.
saw that on Facebook yesterday and lost my mind.
Marissa Tomei?
Yes!
Oh, man.
Who is
Dude,
that?
the Albuquerque.
Let's tell the world who
You
that
don't-
is.
Stop it right now. Tomei?
Untamed Heart?
Yes.
Yeah. My cousin Vinny?
Yeah!
Yes.
Aunt May? As of late?
Uncle Joe?
That was
no,
weird.
they
Yeah,
don't
dude.
know what.
She's Spider-Man's aunt.
Our boy Ivan Weiner posted
What?
something. Yeah.
It's a
Ivan?
person.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
thank
dude.
you.
Anyone?
That's his name.
That's his name.
I didn't know. I just
Yeah.
thought you were being vulgar.
No.
No.
How, one,
Poor guy.
Okay.
how is that
Good,
vulgar?
I
good
didn't
news is
know.
that he's used to that.
That-
He's
Yeah,
like, that doesn't.
right?
He's like, yeah, I know.
It's not the first time.
Yeah, he's like, I know.
Like Eric Metaxas, when he was here, I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey man, you want to do my taxes?" And he just shook his head like it's not the first time I've heard that. I was like, "What are your thoughts on doing?" And I said it on the mic. I was on the mic doing a live announcement, and I looked at he was sitting right in the front row, and I said, "Hey, what do you think about doing my taxes?" And he just looked and shook his head, and the whole audience went,
He was
"Boo."
like, really?
Yeah, that's bad.
It was
That's
great.
really, really bad. Yeah, okay, so I saw the Albuquerque Film Festival. Every year we have like the Albuquerque Film blah, blah, blah. And she's one of the guests this year.
And she's like beautiful.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, New Mexico Film. It's going to be doing something. It's happening, guys. She's making an appearance at the Albuquerque Film and Music Experience. So
Wow.
she's going to be here to present a documentary called Seed, The Untold Story.
Of what?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Is that the secret?
That-
The
no.
untold story.
Of what?
No, seed. It's like I think it's
Seed.
like about planting.
Play.
Agriculture.
Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
sure?
Yeah, dude.
Well, it could be anything.
It could be anything.
Because the matanza seeds.
Okay.
Matanza, Monza. What's it?
What is it?
Manzano,
Monzano High School. I was way off.
Yeah.
Now you got
Swami,
me confused.
Swimmy, the monarch.
Yes.
Monsanto.
Monsoon.
It's Monsanto
Same thing.
season.
She's also going to participate in an all-women's panel to speak about harassment and equality in the film industry.
Cool.
I know.
Good for her.
I'm going.
I like it. I like it.
You know, I struggle with this whole. I mean, it's going to sound awful to say that.
Just say it.
I don't struggle with equality.
Okay.
I struggle with
But
the
if you did-
idea of.
If you did.
No. Well, first of all, most of my working life, I've had a female as a boss.
Right.
So I don't feel like I'm used to ladies getting paid more than me.
Right.
But then when I see when you see in Hollywood people saying what was it? Jurassic Park, the new Jurassic Park. You got
Yeah.
Chris Pratt
Yes.
and what's her name?
Bryce
Ron
Dallas
Bryce
Howard?
Dallas Howard.
Duh.
They're like, he got paid $2 million more than her. But it's like, there's something to be said about the fact that dude's a bigger star. It's a
Yeah.
bigger draw. That's
Yeah.
like saying the opening band should get paid as much as the main act. When
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's a total pay your dues thing.
Nobody
it
wants to
shouldn't
pay
be just
Kitty as much as they pay Corn.
right.
Right.
No, but do you see what I'm saying? To me, that has nothing to do with gender. It has everything to do with notoriety, draw.
I agree.
You know, and,
Hard work.
Yeah, it's like somebody has
Hard work.
somebody
You
has
saying
that.
that women don't work hard.
Somebody's
No,
has a
say
legendary
he
status,
worked
and you're
harder.
Time's up on you, Tan.
they bring a
Hello.
lot more to the table.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just career wise, not because he's a man, not because he's a woman. You know.
Coming at this from a woman's perspective,
yeah.
I've worked in. Yeah, you forgot so quickly. I thought I plucked that chin hair this morning. Anyway, so I literally have worked for men my whole life, pretty
Okay.
much. I don't think I've ever. I
Congratulations.
had a female as a boss one time, and she was a stickler. It was when I worked at a law firm,
Okay.
and she was the men were terrified of her.
Was she a lawyer?
Yes, you win. That was good.
That's what?
My taxes. That was perfect. Okay, so and she was a tough cookie. And working under her, I realized a lot about myself. And she would bring me in and she would say, I would try to explain something to her and this and that, and then she would say, I don't understand what you're saying. Tell me again. I don't this and that. Do this and this. I was distracted because I got this phone call. Tell me that again. And this and that. And then finally one day, I said, with all due respect, can you please put that down and pay attention to me?
Oh, no.
And I said, I want what is best for this company, but I need your full attention. And I remember she looked at me and she said, go ahead. And so then I was like, oh no, what was I going to say? I didn't expect that part. I didn't plan for that. I didn't plan for that part. So I looked like a dummy.
Right.
And then later I came in, I was like, listen, my bad on the whole silence game, but I totally just did not expect that to happen. But then I there was that day, it changed the way I thought. It changed the way that I spoke. And it also, it took the nerves out of me.
Yeah.
Where you don't, where they're a person and that you don't put people on pedestals and you don't do that.
Right.
You're very respectful and you can work hard. At some point, they don't control, I had, the guys at work would always laugh. On all the paralegals, they'd be cracking up because I had a massive tub of Tums. And I would eat them like candy throughout the day because my stomach acid was so high. Because I was working 100 miles an hour and I was working hard and I was getting a lot done, which was great. And I got to go meet these VIP companies and travel and do this fun stuff. But the heart of it was I was working for her. I was working for her. And I totally lost myself in all of that. So she taught me how to not lose myself because we had a great heart to heart. And when we talked about it, and she was just so straightforward about it, I gained so much in my communication style just with difficult people in the world and people who are just really tough that you don't ever have to take. You don't have to take it in. And so sometimes as a woman, there are stereotypical ideas that a woman who's in the room is going to take offense to what's being said by the dude in the room.
Right.
And so sitting in
I've
meetings.
proven that theory false with us many a times over.
Yes, agreed.
So-
And sitting in conferences and going to traveling and things like that, and just being really truly surrounded by men. I think they expect that me as the woman in the group is going to act or respond in a very different way, and they I will say in my defense that I am very I wouldn't compare myself with the average woman. And I say that in regards to the stereotypical average woman, but I don't have any ill feelings towards the average woman, if you will, because I don't want to stereotype them. But like everyone is very unique, and I think that you can connect with people in different ways, no matter what gender they are. So you kind of, even as a woman, you have to you assert yourself not to prove something, but because that's what you're doing. You do it to make the situation as a whole a better place to be for everybody in the room.
Right.
And you practice good listening skills and speaking skills and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So-
I guess so yes. And for me, I just feel like a disconnect. I work for Prez. And most of the clinicians, hospitalists, administration, it's largely it's way more females than males. So for me, I just don't live in a day-to-day world of like the men bossing people around. You know, it's like you know, my boss is female, and she tells me what to do, and I'm okay with it. It's fine. There's no, I don't even think like in those lines.
Like a guy-girl thing.
Yeah, I don't think like that.
Until someone presents themselves, like when someone, like, it's like, okay, noted.
Right.
Like there's someone who will make a pride move, and they will make sure that you understand that I'm the man in the room.
Right.
When I see that, that's when I just kind of like, I'm going to let this go.
Right.
And I'm going to show by example the best that I know how to respond to this behavior, and then at the point that I feel that it's appropriate, then I will say something about that. Or somehow it always comes up with someone else. Like it's cool because I'll pray for that person in that moment, and I'll pray for myself in that moment, and then I'll just wait. Because it's coming from somewhere, and pride's coming from somewhere.
Right.
And so oftentimes, not to be stereotypical, but there is in the world of men, it seems like there's a lot of gun showing going on. You know what I mean? It's like I flex muscle, my muscles, you flex yours. I this, I that, and I feel bad because I mean my heart kind of breaks for just the culture that we have for men as well. It's changing, but like there's this idea that you have to be this way or you have to be that way.
Right.
And so I hope that I'm there to encourage and make them feel like you can be this way, whatever way you are, and then we can work with that. You know what I mean? And you just connect. You just figure out ways to connect so that the pride doesn't have to rear up. And when it does, you just do your very best.
And you never want that to be a crush. Like people should just be people. And you know, and I think that having, you know, I think that the differences between the genders are actually a good thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Agreed.
like
Needed.
and you see guys being meatheads, and you see guys, like you said, gun showing. And then you can see like being a ladies' world and how it can be catty, and everyone's like sizing each other up and passive aggressively like. So everyone has their flaws. We play to each other. You know, it works. If we could all just come together, people.
And just realize that
Tam,
you
bring
know
it,
what?
drive it home.
Bring it home, Tam.
There we go. There we go.
Every day is so wonderful.
Yes.
Then suddenly.
Yes. Sing it, girl.
It's hard to breathe.
This is good.
This is going out to Cuba, New Mexico.
Now and then I get insecure from all the pain.
Don't laugh at that pain, man.
I'm so ashamed.
We're laughing with you.
Yes. Hit it, girl.
But I am beautiful.
Yeah, you are,
no
girl.
matter what they say. 'Cause words can't bring me down.
How can anyone sing at 8:39 in the morning like that?
I am beautiful.
Keep going, girl.
In every single way.
Yes, that's right.
Words can bring me down.
Oh my gosh.
You can't
Don't
bring,
you bring
Steve
me
down
down today. Yeah.
Oh man.
Just kidding.
I'm turning on my.
Oh, there's a light. There's the.
I'm turning on my.
Light.
Turn on your cell phone lights,
I
people.
thought it would be important.
raise it up.
At
Okay,
this
just-
time.
I'm
Like,
going
let-
straight
yes.
to Ticketmaster.
We're good.
I'm making this happen.
It just felt appropriate in that moment.
It was.
felt
Tam
right.
just, you know, she throws down whenever she feels. So, gosh.
And also because the fact that Steve-O, literally, that's our go-to.
That's
And you
the
know-
go-to.
Okay, can I just be honest with you?
Yeah.
The other day, I was furious. Okay, I'm not kidding. And I was by myself. Okay, and I'm furious. I'm just like thinking through this stuff. I'm not kidding. I heard Steve-O's voice singing that song in my head, and I was like, are you serious? Like, how? It was like he was waiting in a little pocket in
It's
my
a
brain.
pick-me-up, man.
And he was like, he like jumped out of the file cabinet and was like, oh, this is my spot. This is
Yep.
my spot.
That's how I
You
do.
sang it to me privately in my car, in my mind.
Beautiful.
And
in
you
your
said
mind's
Steve.
eye.
You said Steve.
You can bring Steve down today.
And I laughed.
No.
I just laughed so hard.
I'm just saying, man.
I was like, well, that was timely.
I'm just saying.
Was good.
Just wanted to bring it back around.
Bring it back, you
Just
know?
bring it back around.
That's
So,
good. And
yeah.
I agree
I
with
didn't
what you're
see that
saying.
coming at all.
Unity.
Yes.
Unity.
That was amazing.
You know, only reason I saw it coming was because I literally saw him type it in the computer. And I was like, here we go.
I'm like, what's this about?
I better warm up those vocals.
And I was like,
do some
she's taking the
trills.
bait.
She
Oh,
is.
she's owning this.
Here's how I knew it was on. Here's how I knew it was on. For everybody who go back, listen on demand at Star 88 FM or go Facebook or YouTube later. Here's how I knew. JoJo was talking, and I'm going, type, and I hear you go. You cleared your throat, and I went, she's gonna do this.
I know.
She's gonna do
Because
this.
I deny you every single time. But today I decided,
Yeah.
not today.
I knew it.
That was
I knew
awesome.
Not today. We're talking about equality. I
Yeah.
shouldn't deny you of that. Even though I probably get paid more.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Dude,
That
amazing.
was awesome.
Hey, speaking of the ladies and
Yeah.
just,
Drama and
drama.
Oh, no?
And, well, yeah, because as you mentioned, like that stereotype, I think some of the stereotypes are perpetuated by reality.
No, man.
So if it's real, is it really a stereotype? Does that make sense?
Yes, I agree.
In our culture, I got some good news for everybody
Well
right
said.
now. Okay, I got some good news.
Thank you to whoever just turned on the air conditioner because I
Yeah.
need a breather.
Listen,
Okay, go ahead.
there's a song that came out a few years back. It was Taylor Swift
Oh, wow.
featuring Kendrick Lamar.
There's a lot of people getting thrown around.
1.1 billion views, by the way, this music video. It was a big deal because it was Taylor Swift talking about her friend, Katy Perry. You know the song. It's called Bad Blood.
What?
It was pretty bad. JoJo back in the day actually did the album art for Katie Hudson's first two albums when she was a Christian. I
Yeah,
should
we
say
were
when
on
she
the
was a
same
Christian,
record
when
label.
she was a Christian
That's
She
what
was
Bad
just this.
Blood is about?
Are you being serious right now?
I didn't know.
You had no idea?
I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me
I've
right
been
now?
looking up too many Psychology Today articles. I apologize.
I didn't know either. that
Wait,
it
are
was
you
specifically-
serious?
I mean, I knew.
Thank
I thought
you.
it was like. What's her name? Bieber's ex-girlfriend.
No, wait,
Oh, yeah,
Selena,
Ariana
she's in the video.
Grande.
That's what I meant.
Or no,
Ariana
oh,
Grande.
is it-
No.
Who did he date?
No, it's like Bad Blood. It's all about Katy. It's all about Kanye West. Like this is, but this
okay.
was really because Katy Perry back in the day stole one of her like dancers and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Stupid
yeah.
story. I know.
Oh, right, the shark dancer.
Thank you.
I thought that was Britney Spears' dancer.
Oh my gosh, no!
It was
Britney's been irrelevant
Taylor's.
for years.
Britney is not irrelevant. You
Anyways,
can take that
Didn't
back.
Britney marry her dancer and
Probably.
then divorced?
Yes, we actually interviewed him.
Oh my gosh. are you serious?
K-Fed.
K-Fed?
No,
And before we had him on the morning,
didn't.
we had him on the Morning Invasion. And before we talked to him, his agent was like, no conversations about Britney. That was like the one thing that was
You're
off
like,
topic.
that's
and it was
the
like,
only reason we're
this
talking
going to be
to
a
him.
really short interview.
Boring.
Yeah.
Who
So-
cares about who you really are?
But anyways,
So,
all
there
that
was
to
bad
say,
blood
there's been
between-
a long time beef between T Swift and Katy Perry, and I
Yep.
know people are like, "Why are you talking about this?" But let me tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because this is so big in our culture right now,
Yep.
like beef and drama, and everybody wants that. Well, ahead of her Reputation tour, T Swift yesterday posted she was in her dressing room. She walks in there, and there was a box in her dressing room. She popped it open, and inside this box was an actual olive branch and a note handwritten from Katy Perry apologizing for everything and saying, "Hey, girl, like we need to fix this. Like you are a dear friend of mine back in the day, and I am so sorry."
An actual olive
And
branch.
that kinda, yeah.
That's adorable.
So, from
But it was
T-Swift.
real.
Yeah. Quote, "So I just got to my dressing room and found this actual olive branch," Taylor said in an Instagram story. thanking Katie for showing off the branch and a note in an envelope decorated with the puppy sticker. She said, "This means so much to me." It was partially obscured in the video, so you couldn't really read much other than, "Hey, old friend, I've been doing some reflecting on past miscommunications and the hurt feelings between us. I am deeply sorry." And I mean, I thought that was kind of cool and noteworthy, considering all we hear about in culture is like the negativity,
constant
and feuds,
wars.
and drama. And it got me thinking about people in my world, seriously, that maybe years have gone by and you've just kind of put it aside, but that bitterness can kind of linger and hang out when you think of certain people. I'm sure everybody driving in the car just went, "Oh no," because you think of that friend, that whatever, that coworker, that somebody in your life that just rubs you the wrong way.
Just
listen. If
those
Katy Perry
people.
can deliver an actual olive branch to Taylor Swift's dressing room,
It's time for you to go grab an olive branch. Hit the road to Israel.
Because
get an original.
How
bring it
devastating
back.
can bitterness be, like when it's rooted within your heart? Seriously, you know what I
So
mean?
there's two things too about this. One that I see that is kind of like a really smart business move on accident that just happened.
What, it was going to be like the reunion tour
I'm going to
or
go coach
something?
on you. I'm going to go coach on you because here's the thing. What's happening is they're probably going to, I want to predict this, they're probably going to write a song together or do two of their the worst songs they had about each other and sing it with each other at some huge event, and it's going to go nuts.
Right.
And they're going to make so much money off of this restoration. It's going to be good for everybody.
Why are you going to monetize this restoration?
Yeah,
you know what I
Can't it
mean?
just be...
Yeah, you pretty much like put some stank on the
So there's
good
that.
like
Thanks, bro.
you're like it's not real.
That's coach for you.
Good
No,
vibration.
okay. So in this restoration move, in this really wise move,
politically
they are going to make
strategized.
They are going to make some serious money. But the other side of it is now they can actually be normal when they're in the business world because people are going to call them for different things because now they're going to know, oh yeah, Taylor and Katie aren't mad at each other anymore.
Yeah.
And so we can do this for that and this and that, this for that. Here's the thing. Sometimes with this kind of dramatic behavior, like there are truly people who are drama queens. And they do it in subtle ways or they're out and kings.
I met some dudes with some drama.
Oh yeah. Yes, me too. And it's been and it's both. And so you do sometimes will meet these people, and sometimes each of us have character traits that will kind of allude to drama as well. So we have to look inward to say, okay, what drama am I creating? And the other side of it is there going to be people who don't apologize. So even when they're not apologizing to you and they are creating drama, and you're like, girl, you got like this is what is this?
Yeah,
and
but
you can't
wrote Bad Blood because
I
of that.
know.
She made a lot of money.
That's what she did. She did make a lot of money.
I think Kanye's still mad at T Swift.
Kanye,
he wrote that
all
apology
mad
song.
about
Poopity poopity Swift.
That doesn't feel like apology.
I can't believe that's a real.
Sorry,
I
did
thought
you
it was a
say-
joke. I didn't even understand.
When you look at the lyrics, does it say poopa? Does it say P-O-O-P-A-D-E-E?
I think so. I didn't understand the joke until I was like, that's the new my daughter's like, that's the new Kanye song. I'm like, poopity scoopity poop.
What?
I was like, what? No way. And I was like, that's so awful. And so me and my 15-year-old daughter had this conversation. I guess he somehow pulled it off. It's like, this guy's either a massive idiot or a genius.
I don't know.
Isn't that the constant conflict
Right
about
in the
Kanye?
middle.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, it's so crazy. And so anyway.
And that's what you write when you
And
want
so-
drama.
You're right. And so Kanye needs to just like fix it up with Tate, and then everyone will be happy.
Apparently, maybe.
Well, maybe
possibly.
this will be like an inspiration to Kanye, and then everyone will be apologizing to each other. Maybe this is going to like set a fire, which would be great. Because there are some people though who are very dramatic.
Yeah.
That you're like, you know, I'm gonna like choose my battles with you, and I'm gonna just either stay away from you and let this ride, or like, you know, your friends are friends with them and they're drama, and you're like, you know what, this could turn in quickly on me. I'm just gonna just do this, and I'm gonna stay on this road, and I'm not gonna deal with it.
Sometimes trying to make things right, you
Makes things
backfire
worse.
and you make it
Yeah.
worse.
Agreed.
So, like, if I had a beef with Steve-O, and it's like, you know what, I just need to get over this. So I come to you, Steve-O, and I just like, hey, I just want you to know that I forgive you.
No.
Okay.
And so that's not like the good lead-in,
Right.
right? You're like,
right.
You're like,
you forgive me?
you haven't said I'm sorry for this thing, so I just decided to forgive you. And as if you're going to be all,
Right.
oh my gosh, thank you.
Thank you for your
because
forgiveness.
that's all I wanted.
That's all I've ever thought
That's what I've
about
been
all
thinking
day.
about.
I've been wanting forgiveness without apologizing for so long.
Dude, but this brings up a really big issue that we have, I think, culturally, because I was watching Saturday Night Live this last weekend. Did anybody see this? Childish Gambino / Donald Glover.
Yeah.
He hosted. He was the musical guest. And there was a skit in there called A Kanye Place.
Oh.
And it was a parody on A Quiet Place. You know,
Oh,
this,
Right.
this
okay.
you know, #1 movie in America, John Krasinski. It's brilliant. It's this family film about
Not a
it's
family film.
Not a family film. It's about a father and what he endures within this world of terrifying creatures.
Yeah.
And so they did a parody on this of this character who's basically they're like trying to creep around because the monsters can't see you, but they can hear you and they'll kill you basically. And this dude is freaking out and hanging on every word Kanye is tweeting. It's like, guys, Kanye tweeted, and he's like going off about like and then inevitably, of course, everybody's like, what? And then they get like killed as it goes along.
Oh, no.
Because
And
they
it
made
was
a
like,
sound, yeah.
because they made a sound, but it was because they were so blown away or so impacted by Kanye's words that they couldn't do anything other than react and be killed. And it was like this really interesting commentary on whose words we're hanging on and why do we give them so
Why
much
is it
weight?
even-
Like, why does that have so much power or value? Because it's Kanye.
Well,
Like,
and also
who
too, like,
cares?
so then jumping into comparing that as a parallel for like today's reality and things like that is like you do have that point where you have the people who you're caring about what they're saying and you're just like, you know what, like they've been saying this or they've been saying that or this isn't lining up or there's drama here or I know your intent is to do this, this, and this. I can guess your intent. You know, at the heart of it, there's sometimes when you really can pretty much guess someone's motive, and then there's times when sometimes you just don't know the whole story. So you have to be really careful. And then the other side of it is, are you the person? Kind of like, why are you saying what you're saying? Like, why
What's the
is
motivation?
it? What's the motivation behind what you're saying?
Yeah.
And are you feeling like you're constantly having to lie about something or fill time with words, like fill space with I mean, we're obviously on a radio show, so we don't want it to be dead air time here, but pauses are good.
Yeah.
And not needing to feel like you have to fill all that time is really important as well, because then you get yourself tangled up in something and you start talking about stuff and then you realize later on, man, I shouldn't have said that, or I should have held my words on that, or and sometimes that's what we have to do is we have to stop and pause and we have to reflect and think before we speak, because sometimes baggage will take hold of what we're about to say. And then we want to just be pointing the finger, or we want to like somehow it throws us in this massive drama pot that we don't.
Well,
What is the saying? Yeah, you want to respond, not react.
Not react.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
we're very reactionary, not
Agreed.
just like culturally or as a society. Like, I know for me personally, I can be very reactionary, especially if somebody's like offensive or somebody is
pokes or something.
Poking at my character or at my faith or whatever it is. I used to be very reactionary when it came to even the Starmy. If somebody would chime in on something that this isn't Christian enough, or you're not whatever. This is lukewarm, or whatever the email would say. Yeah. Whatever it would say, and I would be very reactionary because it's like, whoa, dude, you do not know me. I have a very deep personal faith, and how dare you attack me? And then I realized, wait, why am I giving that power?
Yeah.
Why am I allowing
and that's
that?
a really good point, because, okay, so say in that situation, your idea to respond instead of to react, some people will say like, oh, you want to tell me that? That's your baggage talking to me. Like, okay, you just reacted and told them that they have baggage and that they're reacting to you. So now you're reacting to a reaction, and it's just like, it's fire fighting fire. So sometimes, like, again, I think it comes down to pride. Like, I think it comes down to, why am I being offended? Where is my worth? What have I put my identity in? Is it really in what I have been like I am dying on this hill for this, but in reality, God's like, who told you that?
Yeah.
And so listen to what he says about you. Listen to and make sure that he's saying it about you.
Yeah.
Because that's really important for each of us, and that allows us to be able to respond because we have no need to prove ourselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, that you're making a carry-on out of something that should have been checked in.
Boom. Oh my gosh. I'm giving you so many points for that.
Right?
Where is my money?
You don't even have to say baggage because it's a trigger word.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Amazing.
My
Dude,
taxes.
Brodus.
Hey, thanks for letting me fill in, man.
I know
This was
it's been
great.
it's been a month, bro.
It has.
It has
It's
been a month. And you got to go to work, and then I guess you got to go to work.
Yeah.
So
So just it's been a good time.
It
I've
has
had
been a good
4
time.
weeks.
Great.
Yeah.
I've had good 4 weeks fielding off like what people
Yep.
like
Wanna
people who
say.
thought I was working.
Baggage.
Yeah.
Right.
That bringing carry-ons where they should have checked in.
Is it okay to say I'm bummed you're not going to be here tomorrow?
I know.
You're my best friend in real life. So it's
I
like,
know. So what that
been cool
says
hanging.
is that you should have me back more often on like a one-off
For
here and
Yeah,
there.
I like that.
You know,
I'm game with that.
Instead of just calling me when your show's not funny.
Or like, can
And you're
I
like-
have a guest where like I call him
Yeah.
as my
There you
guest
go.
Yeah,
while I'm
because
a guest?
this is the first time I've hung out with Tamara, and she's dope. And
This is working out.
Yeah, and she smells way better than you.
She does.
She does. She smells amazing,
She
right?
comes
Yeah.
in the room and it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, thank God, I didn't put deodorant on, but
So-
we're good now. Tam's
That's when you
covering
realize how bad you did smell.
Yes, it's
That's
like
great.
Scripture says
We
love
had-
covers a multitude of sins.
smells.
But
Oh.
you cover a multitude of smells.
Okay,
So that's it. That's it. That's it. So,
Thank
anyways.
you.
A good combo though,
Dude.
nice deep
Yeah,
combo.
man.
We talked about like equality and
Yes.
genders.
Yes.
It's-
Snack packs.
Snack packs.
Yes.
I'll be a snack pack.
We were laughing. I don't know. I just came. My daughter was. Kids notice.
Yeah.
They're like, how? She's like, Dad, how come nobody can just say his or her? Why is that not allowed? It's like, you're watching a trailer. It's like, what are they going to start doing? The fate of the world is in hands. Like you can't say
hand.
his or her. The fate of the world is in
Oh, gosh.
hands.
That happened in Star
It's
Trek.
like, no, dude, come on.
Welcome to it.
I love you guys. This is great.
I love you too, man.
Thanks for
That was
having
fun.
me.
That was
And,
fun.
I'll see you guys. I'll hear you tomorrow.
Okay, good. There it is. Live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios, we have to take a quick break. Coming back in the 9 o'clock hour. Tam, hanging out with me.
Hi.
So there you go.
Hey, I'm for sure probably going to see you in July.
Yeah.
Be on here in July because my
Yes,
sister's coming
dude!
out.
Oh my gosh!
The sister that I talked to for the first time on this radio program
Yep.
last week.
Last Friday, dude. If you missed that, you can catch it on demand. It was
Yep.
an incredible show. JoJo discovered he has a sister.
Yep.
We called her on the air.
She hired an investigator, found us.
Yeah.
As she was, given up for adoption by my mother. We never knew.
Yeah.
My
dude,
mother,
mind blown
she
right
was
now.
born very premature. My mother thought actually that she lost the baby because they don't call you and tell you what happened. They're not going to call you and tell you, oh, the baby made it.
Yeah.
So she thought this whole, but and then she passed away. And so we never knew. Like my dad knew this girl was born, but she didn't think she made it. My mother always thought. And so it turns out she made it and she had been and
Looks
found
like
us.
she made it.
So anyway, she's coming thanks to the love of some listeners here.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my gosh.
She's coming out to New Mexico.
Oh my
To
gosh.
see her
Wow.
family for the first time.
It's gonna
You
be cool.
guys love as good as I smell. That's beautiful.
That is. Stop trying
Anyways,
to get
I'll
a good
see you in
word
July.
in.
Deep.
Man. All right, there it is. Oh, love you, Brodus.
Okay, man.
Quick break. Right back with more live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 studio.
I'm Heidi, and here's what's happening. Calvary Church Nob Hill will be hosting a free kids movie matinee at the Lobo Theater on May 25th at 2 p.m. What's the movie? We have the inside info. Join them as they watch a colorful kids movie that talks about their feelings, joy, fear, anger, disgust, and sadness. You don't want to miss out. Join First Baptist West Albuquerque for VBS June 4th through the 8th from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Kids ages 4 through 6th grade are welcome. Don't miss this week of fun. There's going to be Bible studies, games, worship, and so much more. It's that time of year again. If you know about a VBS happening at your church, on the air and featured on our website. All you have to do is send us an email to the wire at star88.fm. For more information about events happening in your community and so much more, visit star88.fm. For what's happening, I'm Heidi, and this is Star 88.
A Star 88 Supernova. Here's Rick Warren.
When God tests you, He wants you to succeed, and because He wants you to succeed, He'll let you retake the test. And in 40 years, God gave him 7 different attempts. Like you can retry for the bar exam. You can test again. And God wants you to keep retaking the test until you pass it. Now here's what the Bible says, Deuteronomy 8 verse 2. The Lord led you through the wilderness for 40 years, humbling and testing you to prove your character. Remember I said when God is delaying an answer, he's testing your desires, he's testing your priorities, and he's testing your maturity. He wants to prove your character and to find out whether or not you would really obey his commands.
Catch Rick Warren's Daily Hope on KNKT 107.1 weekdays at 7:30 a.m.
Room to wonder, open road, my marker, cruise control, strobing headlights, passing cars, constellations, shooting stars. Pedal to the metal and I'm feeling alright. Street lights are blending with the pale moonlight. Fire on the highway, music on the airwaves. Head down the window, gonna feel the cold night. I'ma keep driving for the rest of my life. Compass rose, where I'm headed, I don't know, but I'm never stopping. Insomnia, rearview mirror, no looking back. Pedal to the metal and I'm feeling alright. Street lights are blending with the pale moonlight. Fire on the highway, music on the airwaves. Head down the window, gonna feel the cold night. I'ma keep driving for the rest of my life. Alright, street lights are blending with the pale moonlight. Fire on the highway, music on the airwaves. Head down the window, gonna feel the cold night. I'ma keep driving for the rest of my life.
This is KLYT Albuquerque Santa Fe, rebroadcast on KKCJ Cannon Air Force Base, KPKJ Mintmore, K201CC Las Cruces, K203EZ Alamogordo, K207CQ Gallup, K211CW Hobbs, K212EH Silver City, K214DE Antonito, K218AK Artesia, K250AB Roswell, K293AO Alamosa, K228DQ Portales, in the free app for iOS and Android, and online at star88.fm.
From the market to the old town, skies grow higher than I've ever been. Oh, ooh, oh, oh, oh. Why did I ever let you go into all the situations? Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Why did I ever let you go? Why don't they leave us all alone? I've never been the one to ever turn it down. We could always do the rounds for the young boys who shout their hometown. Walking, freezing, rushing feelings. I'm not sleeping, sleeping till I get home. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Why did I ever let you go into all the situations? Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Why did I ever let you go? Why don't they leave us all alone? Why don't they leave us all alone? Why don't they leave us all alone? Coming up now, getting caught up. I'm coming up now. We're getting caught up. We're getting caught up. I'm coming up now. I'm coming up now. I'm getting caught up. We're getting caught up. I'm coming up now. I'm coming up now. Higher than I've ever been. Oh, I'm coming up now. I'm coming up now. We're getting caught up. We're getting caught up. I'm coming up now. I'm coming up now. Higher than I've ever been. Oh, I'm coming up now. I'm coming up now. We're getting caught up. We're getting caught up. I'm coming up now. I'm coming up now. Higher than I've ever been. Oh.
Hey, what's star 81 plus 7 equal? Star 88.
I wasn't looking for a fight, but the fight found me in the blink of an eye. I was brought to my knees. I can hear your voice calling. You're calling my name. You're calling my name. You're calling out in the darkness. You're calling my name. You're calling my name. I was born to bring the light, to chase the dawn and face the night. If you lead the way, I know I am safe, even when flames getting higher. If all that I do is hold on to you, with you I could go through the fire. With every single tear I cry, your hand held me. I raised your truth above the light, and your words brought peace. I can see you all around me. You're calling my name. You're calling my name, and I can feel the fear leaving. You're calling my name. You're calling my name. I was born to bring the light, to chase the dawn
3, 2, 1.
Let's do this. Yes! The Morning Invasion.
They require equipment and staff. Little bit of special sauce.
I just got the dopest gift. Wait, what is this thing?
It's a little... It's missing a main because I left that in the trash.
Okay, I was wondering why he was like cut
has
in
a
half.
slit-
It's like that Jennifer Lopez movie I never saw that looked really disturbing.
Yeah. So it's from one of those little joy thingies, those little like eggs that you eat that have chocolate in them, and they have the little. It's almost like those Godiva chocolate thingies.
Anyways.
Anyway, you get these little gifts inside.
Wait,
and
inside
that was
the candy?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
No, it's not inside the part you eat. It's underneath it. It's like a multiple. Like you open it up and there's like, oh my gosh, toys. Then you open it again. You're like, so good.
I don't know how to. Okay. I'm just gonna just not move.
Delicious.
Facebook.com/star88FM or YouTube.com/star88FM if you'd like to go there, hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, I gotta say, shout out to all of our live listeners.
Yeah.
And watchers, because I was noticing a trend.
What are you noticing?
We have the best Stormy in the universe.
Tell me
They
why.
don't just hang for a few minutes. Like, hours go by, and it's like, hey, Winnie in the UK. Shout out to Jewel, Tim. Like, everybody's still chiming in for, like, the duration of the show.
Nice.
I love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're good people.
So, anyways.
They must want to listen.
Yeah.
Oh, look, someone gave me a nickname.
Somebody gave you a bunch of nicknames.
Tam, why didn't you guys tell me any of these? I wasn't by the texting thing. You guys were doing it, but these are some pretty good ones.
All right.
Tambromisha?
What?
I don't know.
What does that even mean?
Maybe we'll just move past it.
Okay.
Okay, but I do have a question. So we were talking to Joey in the last hour, right?
Yes, we were.
And he had said that his sister, whatever, had hired a private investigator. And so the investigator found him, and he's like reuniting with his family.
Yes.
In a nutshell, right?
Yes.
So my question is like, at what point is that totally illegal? Like, you can hire a private investigator, but like, that's like somebody totally going into your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like, that's
your
not fair.
Sister.
No. I'm talking about like, okay, he used it as his sister right now, but
Right.
the people do this all the time for
Right.
stuff. And so at what point is that like, isn't that the same thing as a stalker? I just paid someone to find you? Like, that's not, and like to be in your life and follow you around? Think about it, dude.
Yeah, I've never really.
Yeah, okay, that's weird. And I don't know. I'm not saying it's weird, his situation. I think it's wonderful. He's reunited and everything else. But I was thinking, a private investigator, if you're able to hire someone to follow someone around, how is that legal?
It's a good question. I'm going to consult with Sherlock Holmes.
You
and
are
get back to you.
dumbfounded because you don't have an answer, do you?
I don't. I've never thought about
Yeah,
that.
it's
Is it
real
because
weird.
they're like licensed to be creepers? I've never thought about that until literally just now.
Right? I'm just throwing it out there. It's weird.
Shout out to all the great private investigators of the world like Magnum PI.
Yeah.
And Jessica Jones?
Sure.
I don't know any other private investigators.
Sure.
Speaking of, can I just tell a good story? Because
Please
you just
do.
made it kind of awkward and weird.
I
for
was just throwing it out
JoJo's
there.
like really incredible story.
No, I think it's great. I was talking about private investigators, not so much his story. Okay. Okay. Back to you.
Because a lot of times the stories go like this.
Who likes good news? Good news, everyone. Good news, everyone. Good news, everyone. Good news, everyone. Good news, everyone.
The good news is, start breathing.
The Washington Post just did a story. It actually happened a few years back, but we'd never really heard it. This is crazy. There's a site called the War Bride Project, and they did a story about Air Force kids, basically.
Okay.
Bruce Hollywood, he's a 57-year-old retired Air Force colonel who was adopted by an American couple in Japan. He always knew he was adopted because his parents were both white and he's Asian. So he's like, how is this possible? They didn't keep it a secret, even if they wanted to. His adoptive mom even gave his real mother's name at one point, but he never had any desire to meet his real mom until he had a heart attack.
Oh, no.
back in 2005 and almost died. After that, he decided, man, I got to track this lady down.
Mm-hmm.
So he tracked her down to make sure she knew he had a good life. He didn't want her to feel guilty about giving him up for adoption. And when he found her, there was a pretty amazing first phone call. Her name was Nobu. She still lives in Japan.
Okay.
And he found out she owns a restaurant called Bruce.
Okay.
Bearing in mind the kid's name is Bruce. by the
Okay.
way.
Yeah, we
That's
want to
why-
just remind you
That's why the story
why this is such a
pretty
huge
crazy.
deal.
That's why the story's pretty crazy.
What?
Yeah, here's the deal. It turns out
Oh, no.
the adoptive mom actually had given a photo to the real mom. I should say real mom. Birth mom. Sorry, I'm a little choked up.
This is rough.
40 years earlier.
Oh.
And said, this is your son. His name's Bruce.
Okay.
And so the adoptive mom told the birth mom how he was doing and all.
What was the last part? You just you faded on the last part. On the how he was doing on the front. What was that?
All the stuff.
All the stuff. Did you say stuff?
I don't sound like I'm crying anymore. I just sound like I'm like
being choked out. Really,
yeah,
is
or
kind
like
of what
I
it
was
comes
a smoker
down
for
to.
80 years or something. I was like
87
hello.
years.
Okay, that's totally different. Anyways, he flew to Japan 10 days later to see her in person and went back to regularly visit her and the restaurant named after him. And then she died.
Oh.
Yeah. That's actually real. She really did.
Oh.
In 2009. But they had some good years together. And
I wanted a little bit more of
She
like,
never-
and then
she never got
and then,
over-
as you know, sometimes this does happen. It was really sad. She passed away.
Yeah.
Like would have been a better ending.
I mean, that's the
and
end.
then
That's-
she died.
And then that's how it happened. But they got like 4 years together.
You know, I love.
She named a restaurant after her son that she never knew.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
It's called Bruce.
Have you ever been?
No, it's in Japan,
I'm
dude.
just saying. I don't know where you've been. I don't know what you do on your free time. I don't know if you go to Japan. I don't know if you
Never
go
been to
Thailand.
Japan.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah. The point is,
it's a good story.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love
private investigator for the win.
Okay. Now, in this case, I guess it's like dealing with public things, so it is kind of normal.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So are you weirded out by invasions of privacy or what? Is this
Yeah.
what I'm learning? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I've got a story for you, and I feel like you're going to be a little bummed then, maybe.
Okay, let's hear it.
Are you a fan of concerts?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Love them.
Love concerts?
Love concerts.
I still have concert ticket stubs from like when I was in high school.
Oh, I used to do that. I used
Collect
to
your,
do
like,
that.
concert ticket stubs and
I
whatnot.
finally just shredded everything, but I used to do that.
Well, not everybody's a fan of concert tickets.
Okay.
Especially scalpers can, purchase up a bunch of tickets.
Yeah.
Face value the minute they go on sale, and then they turn around, charge like $1 gajillion.
Boom, and you
For them.
got
Okay.
suckered.
Oh, sorry, Simba.
Oh, no.
My bad, bro. Well, Ticketmaster is
I'll
looking
put
into a
it
way
on
to fix
mine.
that.
Uh-huh.
They don't want scalpers to take over the world.
Oh,
they don't. Enter overly terrifying technology.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Terminator style. Ticketmaster is looking at new technology for you to purchase tickets. That technology? Facial recognition.
No.
Listen, I'm being serious. They announced yesterday they are working on facial recognition technology so that all they'll need is your face on file.
No.
To go along with your info. That
No.
way, scalpers get squeezed out of the buying process. And at the venue, the only proof of purchase you'll need is your face.
Nope. I don't like it.
No ticket necessary.
No, I don't like it.
Why?
I don't.
Because invasion of privacy?
It's the fact that, like, they're getting all of our, like, everything already.
Huh.
I don't like it. And everyone's
they already have your address and your credit cards.
Also,
and
maybe
your
I shouldn't have
everything.
done that spit test for the ancestry stuff. Because
Did you?
I was thinking.
Did you just say spit test?
I did. So, you know,
You're
now
like, I
that
really don't like
I'm-
invasions of privacy, but I sent in 8 vials of blood so that I could know who my great uncle is. Because I love my family.
So at this point, maybe a face recognition, like they
Yeah.
already know.
They know everything.
Like 100. Like maybe I shouldn't have.
Let's be real.
Done that.
Listen, guys, they already have all your information.
My grandpa was right.
I mean,
he thinks it's hogwash, is what he says.
Yeah.
He says, I think that's a bunch of hogwash.
How do you know he's really your grandfather?
And maybe he's right. Actually, my mom was adopted, oddly enough. So biologically, thanks for bringing it up, he's not.
Cool, man. Cool.
But you know what? A grandfather is not your blood. He doesn't have to be your blood. It's the person who is
Listen,
the
Moana.
family. You're
So-
welcome.
Here's what's weird is like, what if I wanted to buy you tickets to a concert?
We would match.
Well, yes. You know what? We didn't do this yet.
Okay.
Last night, I got this text way too late at night. I'm in bed, and all of a sudden it's like, zzz, and Christy's going, who's texting you so late? And I'm like, Tam?
It's just me.
Just Tam.
Hey guys, it's me.
Just Tam.
Just wanted to throw it out there. It's 10:37.
It's really late. What does she need at this hour?
Need
I'm
to
like,
know if I'm coming
just
into
to-
the show.
Just to creep me out.
I sure
beyond
did.
Recognition.
Sure did creep you out.
I need to post this to our Instagram, instagram.com/star88FM.
So I want to explain why our faces would work. When you see this picture, people.
Facial recognition, it's terrifying.
So Steve and I yesterday, I just got this Snapchat thing. I know I'm like way behind in the times, but I got it for work, and you know, like it's like find us on all these social media sites.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's these filters and whatever. You guys know about it. You've been doing it for years, and so you swap faces. And yesterday, Steve-O and I swapped faces. I had the brightest idea, one that does not come often, and I used it yesterday. The brightest idea to swap faces with Steve-O, who we often say we look alike, that I look like his
mom
family.
says this.
Right? I look
You
like
look
his
more
mom
like my mom
than you do.
Yes.
I agree. And people think that she's my mom. They just
For
hands
real.
down really think
For
she's my
real.
mom.
This is real.
Okay? So we decided to face swap yesterday. The results.
No. Listen to me, woman. We didn't decide anything.
I forced him to face swap. And after I stopped laughing so hard, I'm saying it, peed myself. I truly was, the results are, they are just, I mean, what is the word you would use?
Terrifying?
Or
horrendous.
Perfect.
No.
Maybe.
I never would have used that word. I never would have used
So
that
still
at
though, my face is on your body, your face is on my body. Okay.
Yeah.
And
There's got to be a better way to say
and
that.
I look like a pretty good looking dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would say, because my arms look legit with sleeves on. And so we're gonna post that.
Yeah,
And we want to
@star88FM.
hear what your thoughts are when you see it. I mean, this is going to blow your mind. I can't wait to hear the comments of what people are going to say. Now, you definitely, we discussed, look very 80s rocker guy. And the face that you give, because is it my mouth or your mouth that's on? Because I was laughing so hard. I think it's your teeth in my face.
You really got to come up with better ways of describing this photo.
So there's, I don't know which parts they put, like, to make our heads, like, you know, I know that's my nose. We can never
No, that's
deny.
your face. It's facial recognition.
It's my face.
They took my face and
But
put it
I was
on your
laughing
body.
so hard that's why I think that's my mouth.
Right.
Because you're like, like
I'm
you
not-
look, you
I'm
look,
like-
you look like you're like, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But those are definitely my eyes on your body.
Right. I'm posting this right now.
So you guys have to see this because we want to know what you think.
Yeah, is it terrific or terrifying?
Is it terrific or is it terrifying?
Yes.
Would this scare you if I walked up to you?
It's terrifying.
And I
The
looked
answer is
like this,
terrifying.
and I had these sleeves, which look legit. My sleeves look legit.
No.
My hair's a little short, but I'm still,
Yeah.
I think, I mean, and you look like when you see Steve-O's face, you can see that.
We posted it.
You look like you're like, hey, like I'm an 80s rocker, like I do
Most
drugs.
awkward.
Like you could do that. You look like that.
Somebody said this is awkward. You need to keep personal space, bro.
It is. You need to just.
Somebody said, Tam's statements are totally pointless without context. My arms look so great with sleeves on.
Okay, tattoo sleeves, because I just said that my head was on Steve-O's body.
If you're just joining us, we got here because of Ticketmaster. They decided to make this announcement yesterday, confusing and terrifying everyone. Ticketmaster has decided they want to replace tickets with facial recognition, meaning that if you buy tickets to a concert, you're not going to need a ticket stub anymore. You literally just need your face. That is the only proof of purchase you will need. No ticket necessary. However, massive invasion of privacy. And again, what if you buy this for somebody else? It's not even... I don't know how this is going to work, but they want to hinder scalpers.
And someone actually made a really good point. What's the difference between like our faces being all over social media? So it's not like they're getting things that they can't already get, because we're on social media. It already does facial recognition anyway. Like I have a friend, Antoinette, who took my picture I was like at a birthday party or something like that.
This is true.
And I was in a photo. When my Facebook told me, congratulations, you've been friends with Antoinette for 2 years on Facebook. Antoinette wasn't in the picture.
Really?
It posted a picture of you and Antoinette. Antoinette took the picture. Weird. Creepy.
Yeah, really creepy. Phone lines are open, 505-338-3700. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm kind of confused about this picture that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
One of you has long hair. One of you has kind of short, curly hair.
Uh-huh.
And you're in a phone booth.
We're not in a phone booth.
What's that picture that's on your profile, Steve-O? What am I looking at?
Maybe I should
That's
look that
funny.
up.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
What are they talking about?
I don't know. That's Star 88. Definitely a different one. So I don't know.
It's got to be a different thing.
Trying to be comical. It's not working.
I see it.
So, Tamara, calling you out a little bit, I've known you a long time, since Temple Baptist Hope days.
Wow.
The way you guys, your faces mirror up, your mom's totally right. You guys...
It's creepy!
Interchangeable.
It's
nuts.
weird!
Who is
I don't
this?
like it. I don't like it.
I've known this person for all these years.
Oh, man, don't say who you are. Just walk away
You could
slowly.
be a private investigator and it would be totally
Gonna hang
legal.
up
All right, good.
and leave it out there in the wind.
Thank you
Who's
so
the
much.
guy in the
I'm not a
wind?
stalker,
That was good.
but I know your face.
Wow.
Okay, were we in a grade together?
No, don't help.
Tell me.
Hang up.
Were we in a grade
let
together?
It be weird.
Nope.
Let it be weird.
I knew Josh Moore.
Oh my gosh, you're giving too many clues.
Oh
That's it.
my
You're giving too many
gosh.
clues.
I gotta
Oh my
go.
gosh. Okay. All right.
Oh my
All right.
gosh. What? Who is that guy?
I don't know.
He knows my brother. He must be in my brother's grade. Okay, I gotta think this through.
Oh my gosh, no one cares.
I care.
Listen, we're still giving away personal information to corporations. We're giving away all of our information, as you mentioned, on social media.
Yeah.
But it does sound like a giant headache if someone wants to buy your ticket. How do you sell your ticket?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
seriously.
know.
Or
I don't
buying
know.
a ticket for a friend.
You can't.
How do you transfer your face?
You don't, unless you do what we do. You realize that you and I are use each other's tickets because our faces are so similar.
Somebody said,
that we're the only ones.
what if you have a doppelganger?
Yeah. Oh, and that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's very, very true.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Somebody said, friends and I just had a conversation about technology in the end times. I'm not stockpiling water, but I think this will all come into play for the end times. We joked about flying under the radar because we both barely do social media. I'm going back to a flip phone, actually. Big Brother tracking us. I talked about an underground railroad for Christians fleeing persecution and getting busted because his wife Snapchat lunch at a hideout.
Whoa.
Okay.
Someone said that I look like Katy Perry.
Well, I mean, with my short hair, maybe.
So, yeah. Yeah, totally. I hope I sing like her because she has a beautiful voice.
It's an awful photo if you'd like to go see it.
Someone said that I actually look pretty good.
Okay.
So this is actually working out for me.
Yeah.
This is a good thing.
Follow along at Instagram at Star88FM.
Yes.
It's probably my least favorite photo I've ever been a part of.
We need to know, what are your thoughts? What is the word that comes to your mind
I look
when
like
you
the bass
see...
player in Warrant.
Yeah. That's who I was trying to find last night. But then I was like, it's already 10:40. I need to quit. Like, Chrissy's probably like... Because I did tell you, I said, show Chrissy. You need to show her
and
this.
she was thoroughly... I don't think she
What
slept.
did she say? She said, I can't unsee that.
She can't unsee it.
That's what she said.
I don't think she slept last night.
And
It was
you
weird.
need to know that, Starmies. When you look at this picture, you can't unsee it. So do not blame us for what your eyes are about to see. We want to know one word. What is it that hits you? And could we swap for Ticketmaster for facial recognition? Could we do it? Could we?
We are live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Quick break. Right back. Stay with us.
Greg Laurie has this to say. When we share the gospel, our objective is to build a bridge, not burn one. A solar flare on Star 88.
I owe you an impossible debt of gratitude, but somehow you said I'm happy to. I'm never giving up on you. I'm never giving up on you. It's been a wild ride, this adventure, you and I. Somehow you still love me in spite of my flaws. And tonight you tell me it's alright. Everything will be fine through it all. I'm never giving up on you. I'm never giving up on you. No matter what you do, I will still be there for you. I'm never giving up on you. I'm never giving up on you. No matter what you do, I will still be true to you. I'm never giving up on you. Up on you, no matter what you do, I will still be there for you. I'm never giving up on you. I'm never giving up on you. No matter what you do, I will still be true to you. I'm never giving up on you. I'm never giving up on you. I'm never giving up on you. No matter what you do, I will still be there for you. I'm never giving up on you. I'm never giving up on you. No matter what you do, I will still be true to you. I'm never giving up on you. I'm never giving up on you. never giving up, never giving up on you.
Andy Stanley examines the life of David in this Star PowerPoint.
This was the posture that God desired for the entire nation, and they just wouldn't stay there. They wanted a king. But in their second king, they found a man who understood the perspective that God wanted the entire nation to maintain. And in this king, we discover a man who maintained a perspective that your heavenly Father wants you to maintain and wants me to maintain throughout my life as well. He says this, no one who hopes in you will ever be put to shame. No one who hopes in you will ever be put to shame. And then he writes something that kings don't write. Then he documents a thought for us that kings don't generally embrace. It's so unusual. He writes, guide me. David, you're the king. But guide me in your truth and teach me. For you are God, my Savior, and my hope is in you all day long.
That's Andy Stanley with a PowerPoint on Star 88.
I was feeling powerless, searching for a sign.
The United States no longer makes empty threats. When I make promises, I keep them.
The president going on to say powerful sanctions will now go into effect against Iran if it continues nuclear aspirations.
Jesse Lewis and Noah Posner were two of the 20 first graders shot and killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut in 2012, claiming security was inadequate. A judge dismissed that lawsuit.
AAA is out with a survey that suggests 20% of Americans say that their next vehicles will be electric.
Wall Street Street, the Dow closed up 3 points, the Nasdaq gained 2.
Emmanuel Macron has addressed a joint meeting of Congress on several issues, including his wish Paris Climate Accords.
The United States will come back and join the Paris Agreement.
You gotta wait for it. It's gonna hit. I promise it'll be great.
Kiss me.
No, this is a totally different song. Dang it, you just ruined Group Love because that's all I hear now.
I know.
Wow.
That's all I hear too. That's why I did it.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
The Morning Invasion, live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Be careful, you may get accosted by Simba.
Yep. True story. I've lost my lion. I'll get it later.
Okay.
Before the break, we ended up posting a terribly terrific, incredible,
bad
picture.
It's not good.
Of our faces. We did a face swap.
We did.
And we had no idea that when we did the face swap,
it would be so horrifying.
It would be that spot on.
It would be ridiculously terrifying.
Redeemingly amazing.
It would be the worst thing you've
ever
in front of your
seen.
eyes.
So, and we want to just warn you too that you can't unsee this.
No.
When you go to look at it at Star 88 FM on Instagram, you can't unsee it.
You can't.
And so we just want to warn you before you go. Got lots of great feedback, lots of smiles is what I'm feeling. Lots of love, lots of smiles. And just warming hearts. Probably people are going to make a poster of this. You know what I mean? Is what I'm thinking. And they'll frame it.
Yeah.
And just for that welcoming feeling when you come into your house. This is a really great photo for the front door. I know some people put the phrase like, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. But like,
Gosh, you were still talking.
We
This
can
is
have this
amazing.
photo.
This is amazing.
Right on the front.
Okay.
Bathroom photo. This is also for a great bathroom photo. When someone's in there a little too long, they don't have to worry anymore. Why? Because they have us to look at. So there's our faces that are there for just a calming environment.
This is so weird.
It's just calming and just so welcoming. So we look forward to your comments on Star 88
Listen.
FM.
Maybe you don't want to see our faces swapped, but you do want to see a band you love. That band? Cutlass.
Oh!
Cutlass will be at the Inn of the Mountain Gods.
May 11th, right?
Yeah, May 11th. At 8 p.m. Down in Ruidoso. So it's not here in Albuquerque. So if you want to see them, you got to travel down south a little bit to Inn of the Mountain Gods. However, you're not going to have to pay for a ticket if you give us a call.
Come on now.
Phone lines are open 505-338-3700. We got pairs of tickets to see Cutlass live at Inn of the Mountain Gods Friday, May 11th, 8 p.m.
Yep. True story, guys.
Yeah. I'm just saying, bro.
Everything. Man,
I'm just saying.
So easy to say Steve where there's me.
It really is.
Or anything E. There's always Steve.
Basically. So, yeah, dude.
So they're going to answer questions or what?
Yeah, well, I mean, I got to save it. It is Teacher Appreciation Week.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. So I don't know if you... Yeah.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Especially shout out to Bel Air Elementary.
Oh.
My mom is a big fan of them.
I got some teacher trivia.
Oh,
so,
good.
Yeah.
I'm going to fail at this probably.
I think we're
Do you know something?
I know a few things.
I always said that when I retire, I'd like to be a teacher.
Really?
Yeah. Always. I either wanted to teach high school communication classes, college courses, or I would just teach like 6-year-olds.
Oh.
Big difference. Well, really? I don't know. Maybe the drama's still the same.
Okay.
No one wants to share.
505-338-3700. 505-338-3700. John, Micah, James. Those are the original members. Those are the ones that are left.
Very true.
Yeah. So, playing Into the Mountain Gods Friday.
And
May
these guys
11th.
have been around a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
They're just killing it.
So where I
They're
met one of my
Cutlass.
best friends in the world.
Oh.
He was actually in a band before that called Seven Places.
Oh,
And yeah, him and Lucky were in that band, and they transitioned over to Cutlass.
That was probably
No
so
longer in that
confusing.
band.
It's probably so confusing when they were traveling. They're like, "We're 7 places." Well, yeah, but where are you? We're 7.
Oh my, no.
We're 7 places.
Literally nobody was going
No,
that
we're
was the
in
dumbest
Colorado.
joke.
Shout out to John. Hey, Johnny, if you're listening from Colorado.
In Fort Collins.
Fort Collins, you
Which is a real
remembered.
place.
Not Fort Lewis, which is also a real place.
Yeah.
So it's Teacher Appreciation Week.
Yeah.
We have tickets to Cutlass.
Maybe we should say we have like waffles.
We have
Because I have
a
a
ticket.
waffle maker in here. I'll make you a waffle.
Honestly, though,
Waffles
when
or
you say
Cutlass?
waffles and you say pancakes,
Yes.
I like emotionally become happy, which is weird because I wasn't even sad.
Right. Well, I mean, who
It's
doesn't
amazing.
love waffles?
Man,
We're
I
not
want
really going to give
pancakes.
you
I want
waffles. We
pancakes
tricked
so
you. You got to go
bad.
to Cutlass. I know. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, you're so alive and awake. Welcome.
Well, you know it.
Hello.
You know it.
Are you a fan of
How are y'all
Cutlass?
doing today?
Yeah, it's so good.
Am I a fan of God? No. I'm a soldier of God,
Okay.
guys. Come on. You know
Yeah.
why we listen to y'all?
No, I think actually he said, "Are you a fan of Cutlass?"
Yeah, Cutlass.
Oh, I'm a fan of Cutlass too, man. Come on.
I believe it. I believe it.
Right on, right on. How
believe
y'all
that.
rolling today? How's the Lord treating you?
We are rolling.
But yeah, how y'all treating yourselves?
I mean, we are treating ourselves to pancakes, if you know what I mean. That's what we're doing.
Hey, man, that sounds
We don't
that
have
sounds
pancakes.
delicious.
There's no. That's
Seriously,
a lie.
love
There's
waffles.
no pancakes.
Waffle- we have a waffle maker.
We don't have any batter.
Yeah.
Batter
Hey,
up.
well, hey.
Need some batter.
Ask the Lord and He will provide. You know what I'm
Amen.
saying?
Woo! Loaves and
You know?
fishes and batter. Because then if they had
Hey.
batter,
It would be
it
battered
like
fish.
and chips.
Fish and chips.
But that's
Hey.
not how he rolls.
I
I don't
love
think.
fish and chips.
We're not
so
sure.
much.
It's not. We're
not
adding
great
to.
for your
Probably
colon,
shouldn't do that.
but
I think it's
it's
bad.
still
hey,
pretty delicious.
Friday, Cutlass into the Mountain Gods down in Ruidoso, New Mexico. Would you like to score some tickets to see Cutlass?
I would love to take my wife to see Cutlass.
Yeah, can you make your way down to Ruidoso? It's in Ruidoso.
I bet you we could.
Okay. All right. Here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
It is Teacher Appreciation Week.
Yep.
So the topic. Don't you look.
Don't. Oh, I'm not. I can't see it. Remember, I need glasses.
If you need help, you can ask Tam to help you on this one.
Yeah, you can ask me for help.
But here it is. True or false? Celebrities who were former teachers. I just need you to answer 2 correctly. And I'll get you a pair of tickets
Okay.
to see Cutlass at Inn of the Mountain Gods.
Okay. Okay.
Shout
okay,
out to all the
okay,
teachers
Okay.
who do amazing things every single day. Am I right? Cool. Nobody cares. All right.
Okay.
I care. I
We're
care
all-
about teachers. Whoa. I care
How
about.
about George Washington and Benjamin Franklin?
No, I'm going to give you the celebrity. And you have to tell me if they were. in
Whoa.
fact.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Are you in the middle
My
of
name
a tornado?
is Michael. I'm out here in the field in Capitan.
Oh, dope.
Yes.
Very cool.
You guys beat us in high school for volleyball.
Weird. Okay.
I'm getting over it.
All right. Can we just play this game? Please.
Let me get out of the wind real quick.
Yeah, get out of the wind real quick. He's in the.
Well, you know, God's blessing us with some breeze today. So.
Yeah. Now he's not
all
in the eye of the storm because it'd be much calmer. We want you to get into the eye of the
Okay,
tornado.
here's how we play.
Here
I'm
it
going to
is.
give you a statement, and you decide yes, it's true, or no, it's false. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Being that yesterday was Teacher Appreciation Day and it's still Teacher Appreciation Week, the
Yep.
topic is celebrities who were teachers before they hit it big, okay?
Oh yeah. I love this game.
Number 1.
Don't have a clue.
Just need you to get 2 right.
Just 2.
Number 1,
Okay.
Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg. Was she, in fact, a teacher before she got her big break?
You mean on TV? Because she was on Sister Act 2, and she was a teacher. So you mean, you mean on
naturally,
TV or
she
in
would have
real
been a
life?
teacher.
We're talking about real life?
I would believe
real
so.
life.
I would believe so.
All right, Michael says yes. What do you say?
Oh,
You don't agree?
she would make a great teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, do you want to make your decision or do you want to ask me for help?
Well, you know what? Let's since everybody's got let's go with some help.
Oh.
Let's see what some help does for me.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
Tam.
Let's have
He
some
wants to take his
reassurance.
wife to Cutlass. What do you think? Whoopi Goldberg. Was she a teacher? Come on, Tam. I'm gonna need an answer from you.
I'm gonna agree with Michael.
Okay.
And just
So you're agreeing. Both of you guys think yes, Whoopi Goldberg was definitely a teacher before she got her big break.
No.
Oh my gosh, I need an answer.
Okay, I'm a no. He's a yes.
Michael, it's up to you. What do you say? You're
that
a
mean
yes?
he wins
You're a
50-50?
yes? Final. I need a final answer from you, Michael.
I don't know, Michael.
Yes.
Yes? You say yes. Whoopi Goldberg was a teacher before she made it big.
She would make a great teacher.
The answer
Oh my
is
gosh.
coming up right after this quick announcement.
No,
That's
you
not
are
true. That's
not
not true.
doing that.
Unfortunately, you should have gone. Should have gone with Tamara. She was not a teacher. She was actually a bricklayer. And
What?
she
cool.
also made money on the side doing dead people's makeup at a mortuary as the esthetician or
No,
whatever.
just makeup artist, probably.
Makeup artist.
Yeah, for sure. Because their
Dead-
skin is kind of not
Dead
alive.
statistician. She was a dead statistician. That's real life.
It's a hard job.
Thanks for calling them, Michael.
Michael, thanks for calling. Enjoy the wind.
Hey.
Shout out to Capitan. Man, he was not in the eye of the storm, as I mentioned.
I feel like he was in the eye of the storm.
No, the eye of the storm would have been calm.
Thebe says if Whoopi was my teacher, I'd quit. I'd
So
just quit
Whoopi
school.
Goldberg was a teacher.
No, she was not a teacher.
I'm trying to tell you,
in Sister
Act 2 and Sister Act 1.
Actually, she
was
was
a
not.
nun.
No,
She was a nun.
No, she was a fake nun. That wasn't
And
real.
she was a teacher.
But she wasn't really a nun.
That's why I was
She was hiding
saying-
from the mob in
It
a
sounds-
nunnery.
Okay, someone is saying, I believe you turned down the master volume, at least as far as YouTube is concerned, when you turn it down to talk together during the break. So apparently on YouTube, if everyone else is having a hard time, please let us
No.
know. But if you're not, that
No, we
means
did
it's
not.
the person's. That
Yes,
means it's the person's.
We did not turn it down.
Computer.
It's okay.
It's okay. Turn it up. So she was a teacher in the movie
Yeah,
because she's the one who told Lauren Hill. She was like,
that was Sister Act 2.
"Yes, I know, my favorite one." She was
That
still
also-
a teacher. Either
that
way,
also starred Jennifer Love Hewitt.
yes, your love of your life. Everyone's
Whoa, no.
not like love of your life.
No.
I'm saying I didn't mean it like that.
Right.
I meant like she's obviously beautiful, and so everyone was like, "Oh, Jennifer Love Hewitt," like that was like the big deal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, it was Lauren Daigle. I mean Lauren Hill.
Lauren Hill. Lauren Daigle is a worship artist.
Lauren Hill.
Yeah.
That was when Whoopi Goldberg said, "If every day you wake up and you think about being a singer, then you need to be a singer." That's what her phrase was. She said it like that. And she was like, and so that was when I said to myself, I think about that too. I think I'm supposed
Is
to be a
this real
singer.
life? Did you really
I
take
really
the
did.
advice of fake Whoopi Goldberg?
I did.
And now you're a singer because
Yeah.
of Whoopi?
Yeah. I was going to go into massage therapy. And then I decided not to and I literally wrote in a journal. It was like on May 6th or May 2nd or something like that. That I was supposed to be in music, not a massage therapist.
I'm moving on.
True
you know
story.
what? Shout out to that one dude who was like,
That
hey,
guy.
Michael. You wanted those Cutlass tickets.
But he didn't get them.
Moving on.
So who's going to call in then?
No, moving on.
No.
Moving on.
Okay, tell me.
We're almost out of show.
How?
Well, like sands of the hourglass.
So are the days of our lives?
Yes.
Oh, Sam through the hourglass would be
Whatever.
the phrase.
You know what? I'm proud that I got that wrong because I've never seen a soap opera in my life.
Oh, man, you're missing out.
Okay.
Because they just keep going and going.
Speaking of soap operas, I can't believe I have to say this, but I've got yet another warning for parents.
Go.
A mom in the UK has issued a warning to parents about the dangers of a new playground craze called the deodorant challenge. Have you heard of this one?
No.
Okay. It left her daughter with second-degree burns and scars for the rest of her life.
Oh, my God.
She took it to Facebook and shared some images of her daughter's severely burned arms and went on to explain the deodorant challenge, which has been growing in popularity in playgrounds, which caused the injuries. Essentially, they take an aerosol deodorant spray, like an Axe body spray or something of that nature, and spray it directly on the arm, and the kids have to hold their arm there for as long as they can take it.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't want to post the photos because they're pretty graphic.
Ew, and
However,
it's sad.
The mom went on record on Facebook and said, I seldom rarely do this. I feel like that was really redundant. I seldom rarely do this. But on occasion.
That means that's even like
even
lower.
more, like way
it's
less of a
as
chance
less.
that she's going to do this.
I seldom, rarely Leslie
do this.
Yeah.
But she would like this post to spread wide and far. For any parents who have children, please sit them down and show them these pictures.
This is not funny.
No, it's
this
the new
is
challenge.
disgusting and it's so sad.
I don't know. Since the beginning of time,
It's
it was like,
self-mutilation.
watch this. And yes.
It's self-mutilation, what this
right.
is.
So it's going the rounds on the playground. Basically, the deodorant challenge. It involves spraying deodorant on someone else for as long as possible, which results in severe secondary burns. And she posted pictures of her 10-year-old daughter 3 weeks after, and still gonna require a skin graft because it's so bad.
You know, who's the superhero that's gonna get in there and start replacing those deodorants with natural deodorant so this doesn't happen? Who's that guy?
Organic man.
That's him.
Yeah. Whole Foods bagger by day, superhero by night.
Like, seriously, this is so dumb, and this is peer pressure coming in, and everybody wants to prove that they can do this and this because they're gonna get like pushed out of a group. Know who you are and teach your kids that they're enough.
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, I say I don't understand
they
that,
can tell
and
the
then I
kids
look
to
at my
stop.
arms and I have a few scars from high school from really stupid things we used to do.
Yeah, I did stupid stuff too, and it all comes back to: are you confident? Like, you don't need to be prideful, but be confident.
Well, it's not. But sometimes I think that fake,
You're going through
that
the
confidence could in turn
be developed.
Well, no, I think it could ruin things because I was that confident kid that was like, Psh, watch this.
No, that's arrogant.
Whatever.
Confident is
What's the difference between confidence and arrogance?
Humility.
Thank you.
Okay,
That's actually a good answer. Dang, dude.
So sometimes you have to be like, hey, you don't have to do that. It's cool. Let's go do something else. Let's go play. Let's go this. Let's go swing. Let's go do something with our lives, not
My
spray each
best
other's
friend in
skins.
elementary school shattered his arm. His name's Derek Mitchell.
Oh,
and I'll
no.
never forget, we're on the playground, and we were doing exactly what you just said. Hey, let's go swing. And we started swinging, and the next thing I said was, hey, man, want to see who can go the highest? I bet you can't jump out of your swing.
Okay. It's always a
higher
competition.
than me.
It's always a competition.
And he jumped and fell and landed on his arm and shattered it.
Yeah, I remember when my friend was climbing on the monkey bars.
I'm not joking.
I'm serious. She busted
We're
her arm.
Stupid people.
I
So,
know.
yes, tell your children. Maybe don't spray deodorant on your arm.
Just encourage that they are good to go.
Do we need to go back and sing again? Do we need to go back and sing again?
Yes.
Somebody said, can we just go back to the licking the frozen flagpole challenge, please? No, just as dangerous. I've seen A Christmas Story. That kid's tongue got
I'm
stuck.
joking.
You're choking?
Ouch. That hurts my back. Okay, I'm back.
Are you okay?
Literally, I am
We're
back.
out of show.
No!
If you missed any part of the show, you can download the
Man.
podcast. It's available on demand anywhere. Star88.fm,
Yeah.
SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play.
So much.
You're not in tomorrow, huh? Are you going to hang out with me for Shock Therapy Live?
Do you need me to?
Sure.
Who are you going to have for Shock Therapy
Nate's
Live?
gallivanting in the UK.
The old UK.
The old UK. So
Living the dream.
And Brodus is gone. So tomorrow, by the way, show kicking off bright and early, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Back to that old 4-hour thing.
Who's coming in tomorrow?
I guess you're just
to do
going to have
shock
to
therapy?
wait and see.
Should I be there?
Yeah, you should.
I don't know.
I hear Tell Stephen Christian's joining me for that hour. I got B-Nix on the show tomorrow.
Okay.
And
I'll just make sure not to come then.
And I will have a co-host.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
You guys might want to chime in tomorrow, 6 a.m., bright and early. We'll see
Okay.
you then?
I'll be chiming in.
Okay. Get to Facebook. I'm sure there will be a video posted about something.
Get to it.
Go. All right, have a great day. See you guys tomorrow.
Miss ya.
For over 40 years, La Salita Restaurant has been serving New Mexican food to Albuquerque. From starters like soups, salads, and Cindy nachos to entrees like chili rellenos, burrito de Eduardo, the BOG burrito, and carne adobada. La Salita is friendly to those who are vegan or gluten-free and offers catering, as well as a rewards program. At 1951